Hello. It's your favorite little demented pink bunny, Mr. Right. Mr. Right. Damn, I hate being right. But it happens. Sometimes it just happens, folks. Hopefully everybody's having a good night, and hopefully most of you are still asleep. But if not, why I'm here. Here to give you the lowdown, or the rundown, or whatever, anything else, whatever. Doesn't really matter. I'm just here. I can be. Hungar the Starvarian is first in the chat. Ho! Turkey's calling me a ho, but what? And Bunnyman is here.
Good. Now I don't have to start a stream.
Yeah, I checked to see if you were streaming before I started one.
I was thinking about it, but I didn't think anybody would be awake anyway. So
well, I am. And hello, Murder Hornet, and hello, Yosef, and hello, Papa Cotton, and
are we talking spoilers or no?
we can. I don't care. Anybody else that's doesn't want the spoilers, just have the mute on. Good morning, Yvette.
Fine. I'll give my non-spoiler review. I thought it was an amazing episode. I thought they did a really good job. The twist was pretty obvious from the start of the series, as everyone's been guessing. But I think they did it in a way that was unexpected, still for me, even though I saw the spoiler stuff, so I kind of knew what was going to happen going into it. I really liked it. I give the episode an A+. I think it's the best of New Trek that we've seen so far, and I'm excited to see next week's episode.
You were just happy because you finally got the big D in your face.
I was. I got a huge boner, Deej.
I know, especially when
I
the
just
big
started
D was
furiously masturbating the second we saw it.
when the big D came through that opening towards you.
Oh yeah, when we went deep inside that museum, and we saw that big D. Oh my god!
I'd still like to know. I'd still like to know how they're flying it though.
Well, I'm guessing it's all automated. I mean, Jordy even said he has drones loading torpedoes.
Yeah, and where are they getting torpedoes at a museum?
Museum torpedoes. You gotta always have a heavy arsenal inside of a museum.
What's up, Hungar?
What's up, everybody?
But I'm guessing you guys all hated it, but I think they did an excellent job recreating the Enterprise D.
Actually, I give the episode a B+.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
I only give it that bad because they killed off my woman.
True, and I guess well, I don't want to spoil it for everyone that's in here, so I'll try and keep it non-spoilery.
Thomas has seen it, so I know
right.
he is. Yosef hasn't seen it. He'll watch it tonight. I'm not a shill, Thomas.
I'll be a shill. Paramount, you can send me as many checks as you want because I thought it was an awesome episode.
I still think they should have took the NXO one.
Oh my god!
I haven't been on a live stream in like 2 weeks.
I know.
Well,
you've been just putting up little videos left and right.
I've been doing shorts. It's like I didn't do anything while I was in the hospital. And then with the doctors, they want you to see a doctor a lot after you have a stroke.
2 people died random.
Yeah, Joseph, 2 people died in this episode.
Shelby's killed, and Shaw gets shot in the chest.
Yeah, so it looks like Shaw's dead too, so don't expect him to have his own series now. So there could be he could be saved because Borg Roppy stayed behind with him.
Fine, if we're going to the spoilers, I'll also say that I think it's pretty awesome that they got Alice Krieg back to do the Borg Queen. You can tell almost immediately from her voice.
Hungar has no idea what we're talking about.
No, I'm falling asleep, guys. I'm going to do
Okay.
that.
Go to sleep. Check when you wake up. I still might be here.
You guys have a great night.
You too.
It's good to
Uh-oh.
see you.
Now we got real trouble. Tim's here.
Uh-oh. Hey, you guys have a great night.
You too, Hungar. Get some
Night,
rest.
Hungar.
What's up, Parrot Head? What's up, Tim? Oh, yeah. I have no idea. Maybe he's just here to comfort us. I don't know.
But yeah, I can see how a lot of people are gonna not like it. I know some people will just call it a bunch of member berries, but I don't think it was this time at all. I think they did a really good job.
Well, I kind of liked how the one ship they called out the Pulaski.
Yeah.
So yes, there's a starship named the Pulaski, folks.
And I finally got my wish. I got to see the Excelsior destroyed. So
Yeah, that was kind of good too. Boom. Even though they could at least gave us a close up of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Blocks.
They should have visual communication with the captain standing in front of a giant picture of Sulu as it got destroyed.
Yeah. And the ship just goes, oh my, right as it gets hit. Yeah, it was kind of comical, the irony of Shelby endorsing the plan of networking all the ships together like a board collective.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that everyone's going to have a problem with that doesn't like the show.
That's going to be the irony part.
Was it from the back? We don't know. It was just on a screen.
They just had little icons on the screen and said they were moving around it, and then all of a sudden it was boom, it was gone. What's up, Dink?
It should have been plowed from the back, right in its aft torpedo bay.
I just got coffee on my blankie.
You got coffee on your blankie.
I did it.
Oh, darn.
Stop dumping coffee on your blankie.
Well, the missus did that.
I did it.
She's on the other side of the room.
I did it.
Yeah, Thomas, so the E was from a book story that they did a couple of years back where he was in command and they went on a mission and the E ended up getting destroyed. I didn't really read the book. I read parts of it, but you know me, I don't like books, so I kind of gave up on it. But they were also talking about it in a lot of the behind the scenes stuff.
No Ploxford, no Kafif here. And thank you for coming over for my stream, Ploxford. How you doing, Deej?
Just got done watching Picard.
Oh, I haven't watched it for 3 weeks now, I guess. I do have the ability to watch it. I just haven't. I've been a little busy.
Well, if you're invested in it, this is the wrong stream to be on because we're talking spoilers. We don't care.
Oh, that's okay. You can spoil.
You should. It's an amazing episode, and it's the best of new trucks that we've gotten so far.
And I love Ploxford in the chat. By the way, Deej, meet Ploxford. Ploxford came over from my chat. They are a very detail-oriented person in the chat. So.
Oh, hell, there's no details here.
No, none at all.
This is the most unorganized stream you'll ever see.
There you go.
And it's also a stream that I will try to give you nightmares with.
And that's before you see him in a pink bunny suit.
Yeah. I put out a pink bunny video yesterday.
Or a rainbow corn suit.
I did a pink bunny birthday video yesterday.
Oh, you did? I haven't seen that one yet. What about the rainbow corn suit?
No, I haven't done that for a while. But the bunny one, The bunny one I did specifically because it was the Quarterine's birthday, and I was trying to get his attention.
Well, I'm
And he
just
told-
saying
And
because
he
you
totally
told
ignored
me. I'm just saying because you told me back in the day, oh, nobody's gonna pay you money, sci-fi, for me to wear a rainbow corn suit. Guess what I got for you?
Yeah, well, they still haven't come through with the Leia one, and thank God.
Oh, trust me. When I get that going, trust me, they're gonna pay for it. I just need your signature on this saying if I can get people to pay for it, you're gonna wear the layout.
We've already we got a damn GoFundMe going for it.
Yeah, from 3 years ago, you think?
No, it started like in December.
Oh, so it's one I wasn't part of. Okay.
No. No, Stephen Walton's been pushing this.
Okay, let's get some real people behind this. Let me do it for you.
I was trying to lay down again.
Okay, so lay down.
You're not going to lay down with him
Coffee
yelling.
all over my blanket.
Tim, I still can't hear you. I don't know if you're here or not, Tim.
Tim, we can't hear you, bud.
What happened to that smaller blanket I was sleeping with?
I don't know. Is it in the bedroom? We'll go look in the bedroom, baby.
No, I thought it was. Unless
No, this is always interesting listening to domestic.
I know, and I'm supposed to be this asshole that doesn't care about nobody, right? So.
I know, but you're doing domestic stuff on the stream, and we all get to hear it. Yay. Next, he's going to tell her he loves her. Come on, do it. Tell her you love her.
I'm going to tell her is, fuck yeah, you dump. You can go fucking figure it out. Which I would never do, by the way. But that's what people would think I would say.
Ah.
I care too much? Oh, I care an awful lot. Plus.
But I am glad. I am glad that I was right. That Picard's body was stolen because of the Borg stuff inside
His
of him.
body was still. Well, hey, we got to figure this. They got his genetic profile in Nemesis, or at least the Romulans did, or the Remans.
No, see, this is where you're way behind because you haven't watched the recent episodes. The Borg put something in Locutus that was differently genetic than everything else.
Oh, you're talking about the end of season 3, beginning of season 4? Yes, look.
No, there's no season 4, and season 3 ends. It's all over.
Fucking TNG when he became a part of the Borg Collective.
Yeah, but I'm not talking that. I'm talking season 3 of Picard, where we find out all this information, that other things were done.
Where the Borg are concerned, but did everybody forget that he became part of the Borg and TNG?
No, because they mentioned Locutus many, many times. See, if you were watching the show, you would be caught up with this conversation.
Yeah,
that we're
see,
having
so
on the
I'm
stream
3
tonight.
episodes behind. I already said this. Yes,
I know. So you got to catch up with us now because we're having the intelligent conversation of what went on tonight's episode.
I'm not going to take that personally, Deej, because you're not calling me unintelligent. I know that.
I'm only calling you unintelligent on what happened in tonight's episode because you have not seen it.
I'm just gonna use this
Okay,
one
fair
for a
enough.
while.
Fair enough.
See, I'm glad it wasn't just a bunch of nanoprobes that he just inherited from Picard, and they were actually doing something different from it. And it wasn't just Jack that they ended up essentially assimilating. I would say it kind of opens up a couple more questions, like, well, because there's obviously transporters on Earth, so does that mean everyone that's under 25 on Earth is assimilated now too?
Well, if the changelings messed with all those transporters, then yes, they would be assimilated too.
Having not seen the last 3 episodes, I find it funny, Cinnabon, that to say the age of 25 because, as we know, everybody nowadays here in present day Earth is saying the human brain doesn't develop fully until you're 25 years old.
Yeah, and that's part of the story.
That is part of the story that they infiltrated Starfleet and changed and inputted this code of DNA from Picard into it. So anyone that used a transporter would get rewritten with this in them, and everybody from the age of 25 and younger would change into the Borg.
That they could conceivably genetically alter because their brains aren't fully developed.
Hey,
And Orbital
Orville.
Nation is here, and Orbital, I actually gave this episode a B+.
Shocking. I'm shocked.
Hey, how you doing, PJ? Good to see you, Orbital Nation. And Thomas Potts, I see in the chat. How you doing, Thomas?
And yes, they finally explained how Picard could still hear Borg and it not be just leftover nanites in his body.
Yeah, I like the way they handled that, and I think that it works with what we know from what was going on in the series. And I thought it was just going to be something dumb like leftover nanoprobes and stupid shit like that. But I'm happy. The only nitpicks I had really, that were really nitpicky, I guess, was the Enterprise D bridge was redone to be kind of the original bridge, and they didn't have like the side stations and stuff they had in the Generations movie. That's not that big of a deal.
It was still
To be
too
fair,
dark, though.
Cinnabon, to be fair, Cinnabon,
Right.
that changed
Yeah.
from season 1 to season 3 to
Oh my
season 5.
god!
That changed all throughout the series. So.
And the other nitpick I had was, I really don't think they needed the whole red door thing. I think that just having him hear voices in his head and all the abilities he had would probably have been enough, and just had Deanna kind of just go on some weird mind thing with him.
Oh yeah, the red.
I think the
okay,
red
I
door
can't
was
say
just the
nothing.
thing to throw us off.
Yeah,
I can't say nothing, but I will say this: if you were putting red doors in front of what should have been tan-colored doors because of the rest of the Enterprise D,
oh my
that's
god.
a red flag right there. So.
It had nothing to do with the Red Enterprise D there. That's why
Yeah, like I said, I haven't watched the last 3 episodes, so
I know. So
I was just saying.
You-
No,
you
because
can-
Cinnamon was talking about the bridge setup, which is why I said what I said about the
no,
bridge
but
setup.
then he changed the subject to nitpicks.
Okay.
And my only nitpick was basically Shelby actually thinking it was a smart idea to network everything like a Borg. That's
Right, which you would think they would do because he used to be a part of the clique.
and it can finally be put at rest that it was not Section 31 that stole Picard's body. It was Soon that took it to
Right.
the station.
And to be technical,
Jesus Christ.
the Romulans had his DNA way before the Borg ever did.
We're not talking that though.
I know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, Thomas, I did think that the lighting was much better on the D bridge. I'm glad they did. I'm glad they kept it kind of pretty much brightly lit like they did in the series. So
Yeah,
That was
but it
nice.
wasn't quite as brightly lit.
right, it still looked. I think it still looked really good for being a recreation. They did a really good job doing that.
And the whole carpet joke, then that was kind of
That was corny as fuck.
that was lame. That was lame.
Yeah.
The better joke was when they opened the door and Dippy said, I was never so glad to see so many wrinkles."
Yeah. I figured that she was talking about Picard.
Black,
kinda
Black
guessed
Swords
that one last
says,
week.
The Supreme Leader has departed unannounced. Really? I didn't know Bird of Prey 5 left.
Tim, you back?
Still can't
Yeah.
hear you.
What'd you
Can't
do?
hear ya.
Break your microphone?
Oh, come on, Tim. You can't break your microphone, buddy. Yeah. How you gonna put all that stuff on
I don't know.
TikTok and shit like that?
I think Tim's got communication issues tonight.
Yep.
It's got something.
I guess the only hole kind of left over now is how they're going to expect to stop an entire fleet with just the Enterprise D.
Yeah.
And so that's where they can drop the ball with this, I think.
This is where they definitely will drop the ball, because if they're going straight to Earth, the entire fleet's there, the D would get wiped out instantly.
Yeah, you would think so. So, I mean, something has to happen where, I mean, I don't even know what they could actually do to it seems like they're written into a wall right now.
They are written into a wall, from what I've seen, and I haven't even seen the last three.
Uh-oh. Thomas
They've
says,
written
drop the
themselves.
tennis ball.
Drop the tennis ball? What? What do you think I am? One of those girls that play
Fuck's
tennis?
sake.
I know. But
What am I? One
we
of the
can
Williams girls? I'm not gonna drop. The
we
ball
can
for
do
you.
this though.
Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Helps me forget about my cancer.
Go.
Needs more
Tennis
cowbell. All I'm saying. After 7
Damn.
years, I'm still saying it.
Damn. Still can't hear you.
We're Friday this week too, right?
No, not Friday. Tomorrow night and Sunday night.
So you work Friday? No.
Yeah, I got Friday off and Saturday off, babe.
Don't know.
I'm working Sunday night at the bodega.
Happens this way, folks. I don't know.
Yes, Thursday and Sunday. Okay. I know you want to know. You're good.
There we go. That helps. So yeah, B plus. I'll give this episode. It was enjoyable.
I definitely give it an A plus. I think it was awesome.
A minus.
Well, you just liked it because you got the big D slapped at you.
All over my face.
You got a big fat
Over your face.
big D slapped all over. Whack, 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 whack.
All over your face.
I had to pause it and just stare at it for a while.
You had to pause and look at it.
I will say it looked a lot better.
Yeah, I definitely. You could tell they put a lot more detail into the CG model that they used.
Yeah, it looked way better than the clip they used in season 1.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Season 1 looked like way too smooth. It was too shiny.
Hey,
I also like how it was dirty. How you could tell it was still a crashed ship too, kind of, on when they showed when they panned over the saucer section.
hi,
Even
random
though
menace. How are you?
Jordy sat there and said it wasn't all done yet.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so kind of wondering what they're gonna do with that.
I don't know. He must have ran a hell of a lot of automation in here to move that ship with just the bridge crew.
Right.
Nobody's down in engineering. Nobody's running anything. It's just, unless he's got a whole bunch of worker bots on the ship too helping. I don't know what the hell.
Unless he's got a whole bunch of stuff, you don't know what he's talking about. Hi, random.
Well, I mean,
menace. How are
Scotty was
you?
able to rig the Enterprise A so they could run it with 4 people on board. So I suppose it's not too much of a stretch to believe that they could automate this one too. But except that the only problem is why it would be rigged for automations, right now so fast and like ahead of time, because they didn't know this was going to happen. So that's the only thing that seems a little bit odd.
There you go. You got your Celsius destroyed.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
a
I was
big
also
deal.
worried that they're going to wait until the last second to do the whole red door thing reveal. I'm glad they got that out of the way right at the start of the episode. I was getting enough of them stretching that out for 3 or 4 episodes, wasn't it?
Well, Thomas Potts is right. It did take way less to steal the Enterprise than search for
Yeah.
the bot.
But why didn't they destroy the Akara Sulu? Damn it! That would have been nice to see that one go up.
Well, I haven't watched that episode yet, so I'm just saying.
Blow it up. Boom. Blow it up.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have used the command codes and this and that, yeah, maybe they could have got away with it. But did they? Did it really get destroyed? I mean, come on. I don't know. I haven't seen the episode yet. So
Well, then stop
when
talking.
when I do, I'll give you my thoughts on it.
Well, then stop interrupting us while we talk about it. Oh,
I
shit.
think
I
what
wasn't
it is
interrupting. You had all pause in your talking. When I said,
LDG is here. Shit.
Oh, shut up, LDG.
shit, LDS is here. Son of a bitch.
Don't be a hater, dick.
He's just mad because he didn't get excited for the Fat D.
You should have. Everyone should be excited for the Fat D.
Oh, I was more excited for the refit of the NX.
We knew we were never going to see that fly. Come on. I do see that one of the big nitpicks from a lot of the people that hate the show would be that Shelby was just another member berry since they killed her off immediately, essentially. But I thought it was a good addition.
Now, here's something I got to ask you guys.
I do wonder why she has such a high rank, though. She was literally a 10-pip admiral.
All right, Cinnabon, here's something I heard from something on Twitter from Admiral Teague. Admiral Teague said, "Oh, there's a drug runner, Vulcan, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, okay. So you have a gun runner, Vulcan. That was part of the Maquis. Tell me again why there's no precedent for a Vulcan that breaks the law?
The fuck are you talking about? I defended the whole Vulcan gangster thing.
Okay. I'm just saying, that's what I heard about this other person that reviews the show. So.
I just thought it was stupid. But it was Philip Gaming as one of the Vulcans, so we have to give him props for finally getting an episode of Star Trek.
Random, when you got the big D, you want a dirty big D, baby.
Random minutes, what's the dirty big day? Way to go, Joseph.
Oh shit, here comes trouble.
You're a hater, LDG. I don't want to hear your opinion, but it was an awesome episode.
He hasn't seen it yet. He was sleeping all through this. He just woke up and seen we were streaming.
I don't hear him either.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
That's because he fell back asleep before I let him up.
Hello.
There he
check,
is.
Check.
Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm waiting for Picard to post on PBS
All
websites.
access, baby.
Yeah.
We've already watched it.
Yeah.
I know. I can't watch it yet. It's not out.
Hey, so I got a question.
So you're telling me they killed Shelby right off the bat? Are you kidding me?
No, not right away, but she does die.
Just like freaking Roe.
So here's a random
They shot
question.
Shaw right in the chest.
Here's a random question. It's not Star Trek related, but HBO Max is changing its name to Max, which reminds me of Cinemax, aka Skinemax. What do you guys think? Even though they're not even related.
We're
give a
not
shit.
worried about that. We're talking Star Trek. We don't give a shit about that.
All right. Well, don't give a fuck then. I don't either.
We only stick to one subject at a time on the deep stream now.
Oh, one subject at a time on the deep stream.
Yeah, I implemented that tonight.
In LVG,
No, to do that, you are technically obligated to put on the bunny suit and say, one at a
You know,
time.
sci-fi, you keep interrupting people when they start talking.
That's all right. Get it all out.
Oh shit! You tell him to get it all out.
Oh my god, dude! Don't even Cinnabon. I heard
Get
that.
it all out.
I heard what you did there.
You could get really nitpicky about some things in this episode, but overall, I do think it's the best we've gotten so far out of all of New Trek.
I bet we will, of course, because the whole show is made like a movie. The best is going to be the last two episodes.
Yeah, but they could have really dropped the ball like they did in the last two seasons, and so far
they just killed what's her name off. I can't believe they're disrespecting.
It works
like
for the
some
story.
of the best actors.
She was
It
in
worked
2
for the
freaking
story.
episodes. Get over it.
Yeah. She was in 2
Shelby.
episodes.
Shelby survived all this time. Oh, just tell me her death was her death actually cool?
She got killed by her own crew member who turned into a Borg.
Yeah, it was unexpected the
Shelby
way they did it.
should have
Are you kidding me? Really? Dude, that's
Shelby
weak.
should have died
That is
during
weak
the movie
sauce.
series.
No, you want the real weak sauce, LDG? When you watch it, you'll find out anybody that's in Starfleet from the age of 25 and younger turn into Borg.
What, some kind of assimilation virus in the air?
Not in the air, in the transporters. And that's
I
the
can
reason
see
they're
her
not using transporters.
assimilation in the
Oh, is that
air.
why? Is that why they didn't use the transporters?
Yeah, that's the explanation.
Okay,
And
wait a
that's-
second. Is what's her name an assimilated changeling?
Who?
Hi,
No.
Sherry.
The
The,
changelings.
the woman.
The Borg were
Yeah.
the Borg were using the changelings to infiltrate the Federation so they could make the changes to the transporters and essentially spread the.
That's the plot.
Yep.
Well, plot sword.
That's the whole plot. The Borg was using the changelings just so they can get into the stupid transporters.
And that's a dumbass fucking
As far-
foundation of a plot.
As far as we know so far, that they were just kind of the pawns of the plan that Borg had.
Oh my God! Wait a second. Didn't everybody transport already in this season?
it's
Like
only-
I said, it's
Yeah,
from
except
the
everybody
age
that
of
was
25
on
and
the
younger.
ship that,
Change.
crashed over.
What? So they target only 25-year-olds and younger.
No,
No,
it has
it's
to do with
because-
the whole
Apparently, that's what they're
Ironic
saying.
syndrome thing where they
Yeah,
changed
yeah,
Picard's DNA.
Oh, by the way, this
And-
Ironic syndrome thing that only had to do with hearing, that they all of a sudden changed. No,
I'm
this-
gonna boot
this-
you in a
this-
minute if you keep
this-
interrupting people.
No, I'm sorry. This Ironic syndrome thing ticks me off because in TNG, Ironic syndrome only affects hearing.
No, it didn't. If you watched the
Yes,
last
it did.
episode, you would
Beverly
realize
Christensen
it did
said
not
so.
just. Wow, dude. Not even close, but that's okay.
Yes, it's in TNG.
Okay. Anywho, it sounds like I'm in for a rough ride.
I don't think
I
I
feel like
think
You
you're
know,
just.
feel like
I
I'm-
think you're going if you go into it negative and think
There
it's going
are
to suck, then you're
more
probably
than
going to think
one
it
person.
sucks. So, I
how do
mean,
you not go into it negative after you get 8 episodes of garbage?
Well, because
how
I didn't think we had 8 episodes of garbage. I think.
You know, it's like you getting a birthday cake and the icing is made out of shit.
See, I mean,
And
you
the
already
outer
got
layer
your
is made
mind,
out of
so-
shit. And then the inner layer is like, cream filling. But you got to get through all the shit before you freaking get to the cream filling. You know what? That doesn't even sound right. But anyway.
Hey, you
gotta
want
lick
the-
cream
you want the
before you can
upside?
swallow it.
You want the upside?
And
They-
just
they
to get the
destroyed
big D in the
Excelsior. They destroyed
What?
the Excelsior too. So there you
Oh
go.
my God.
There's-
And Space Doc's about to get its ass kicked too. So I was kind of hoping we got to watch that thing explode, but unfortunately, we didn't get that part.
We get the queen.
Yeah, Alice
You-
Krige
you-
is back as the queen.
Yes, Alice Krieg is doing the voice of the Queen.
Voice. We don't actually get an
We,
actual.
we've
sort of
seen
queen.
the back of her. We've
Yeah.
seen the back of her. We haven't seen the front yet.
Okay. Did we
Seen
get
the
Jack
back, but
Squat
not the
again?
front.
Did we get Jack Squat, or did we actually get with Jack? Some more Jack stuff.
Jack knows he's infected to the Borg. He went to the Borg. He was going to kill the Queen, and then realized that he cannot go against
Yeah,
the
you're
Queen
probably
and
right
drop the
about
gun. And then he got fully assimilated.
The red door reveal was at the top of the episode.
I knew it.
And it's not.
And what
looks
was the
weird.
what? Okay. All right. I mean. Okay. Oh.
Hey,
God.
Kronos, how you doing, bud?
You know that feeling when you were a kid and you knew you were going to the doctors to get a shot?
Ah!
That's what I feel like right now with this episode. Oh.
Hey, we also
Feel
found
like
out
you're
what happened
getting
to.
high? Well,
We also found out what happened to Pulaski.
Really?
Yeah,
You're joking.
No.
He's laughing.
she's turned into a starship.
That's right.
USS Pulaski.
USS Pulaski.
Mr. Lundell, I never thought that Metalis was a genius, but I do think that he did a really good job with this episode. I thought it was a really good one.
And
How much are they paying you?
Hello, Kronos. Hello, Kronos. Jedi Bill, Mr. Lundell. Yeah.
I knew I woke up for some reason. I'm like, dude, it can't be 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's fate. It's fate that I'm up right now.
It can't be that late.
They even dropped the episode early because I didn't think it was supposed to drop till 3 o'clock, and I checked it like a half hour before, and it was already on.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So Bird's Ranch should be quite interesting, maybe.
Yep.
I honestly don't know why, guys.
Have we seen Bird? Has he popped in?
No, Bird hasn't popped in, but he's probably seen the title of my episode right now, and he's probably not going to tune in because he knows that I'm talking spoilers.
All right. Should I ask, is there any other garbage in this episode?
Well, they shot Shaw in the chest, so it kind of looks like he's dead.
Yeah,
he's like dead. Kenny this whole episode. I mean, they've just been trying to kill him left and right.
Yeah, but he just went kind of out, and the last thing he said, he called 7 of 9, 7 of 9, and said the ship's hers. And then he was out. Of course, Rafi and 7 of 9 stayed back on the Titan filled with Borg. They didn't leave with the rest.
I'm gonna.
We didn't actually see what happened with them. I mean, it looked like they stayed behind, but it's possible they went and got on the shuttle too, and we just didn't see them on the bridge because they didn't want to have them on there during the kind of reunion piece there.
Where else would they be? Did they?
They could be on the ship and actually be, they could be the ones that are walking out, doing everything else, helping out,
or they stayed behind, or they stayed behind so 7 could try to rewrite the Borg code.
And she could probably take, maybe she takes over the Titan then next episode. Then at least they have 2 ships facing off against the fleet.
Well, if she can get into the code, she could unlock the entire Federal fleet.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm not ignoring
if they did something to the transporters. Do you think they would program the transporters not to target, themselves?
It had something to do with the frontal lobes of the brain. That's all they explained.
Yeah.
So maybe a changeling physiology is different enough to where it would happen. And yes, Kronos, I'll play this. There you go.
And we got the D today.
Yeah, she got the D. The big D. The big D squeezes through the hole to hit you in the face.
Yeah, that was a tight.
Are you
fit.
serious?
That was a tight starbase.
It just barely fit through them dock doors.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's the fat D.
You want your star bases to be tight, though.
Help me.
Yeah, I guess you don't want it to where it looks like a damn hot dog's going down the hallway.
God.
You mean help you, LDG? They did an awesome job recreating the D. It looks better than it ever has.
And if I would have known what I know now, I might have. Well, actually, no. I still wouldn't have been a Star Wars fan, but
you definitely know Shelby's dead because she took 2 phasers right to the chest.
Mm-hmm.
and didn't disintegrate.
Well,
no, none of the kill shots were vaporizing in this episode.
You know these pew phasers they got now. They're no beams. It's just little light balls that come out and hit you. They don't have real phasers anymore. Well, if you look at him, if you look at the one that Picard's son had, it looks more like an old classic style phaser from TOS.
Yeah, they're more like the JJ phasers because the phaser bolts were blue for stun and red for kill. Honestly, I think the
And
weak
did they make
part of
any
the
reference
episode-
to?
Oh, go ahead, Dildy.
Was I'm sorry.
No.
Did they make any reference to the Borg in season 2? Because I
Nope.
thought the Borg were all
No.
okay.
So that could come to play in this last episode coming up too. That you have two factions of Borg.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
You could have Girardi's Borg show up on one side. You got the Queen's Borg on the other. It could turn into a big Borg slugfest between the two factions. Who knows? Got one episode left.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be a hell of a lot of shit that they cram into this last episode to tie everything up.
Yeah. I am just hoping it's the enormous Borg battle we've all been waiting for.
Well, it would be nice, but
I mean, I guess the weakest part of the episode for me would probably be Shelby's acting right before she was killed. Oh no, please don't.
yeah, that was kind of weak.
It's like,
That's
what
right
the
there.
fuck was that?
And it's just not the Shelby I remember with that short Janeway cut hair. No,
Yeah.
just no.
Well,
Shelby's supposed
like
to
I
have-
said on Birdstream, I didn't even recognize her as Shelby until someone said it. Because it looked like she was going to be the fucking hubris admiral.
Like, I don't know what the hell. Half the women aren't wearing real hair when they become high ups in Starfleet for some reason.
Yep.
All right, looks like I'm gonna need some alcohol in my coffee this morning. Okay, looks like we're having a CNA stream here.
I mean, come on. Why in the hell? The other part that makes no damn sense to me is why the hell do they think that they can fly back to Earth with the entire Starfleet there under Borg control, and they're going to take it on with the Enterprise D?
Yeah, that's where I think they can seriously drop the ball next week.
And I think that's where Girardi's Borg comes into play. Either that, or you got a huge, massive fleet that comes in with Romulans, Vulcans, Klingons.
Right.
I don't know. That's
Or I
the
mean,
only
like
other
you
thing.
said, you know, with Seven still on the Titan, she could be deprogramming ships too.
47 Yorktown pops in the chat, says, God damn it, from Eastern Canada. Just don't know. We have 7 days to wait. And Mr.
Alright.
Lundell asked LDG, are you going to view the episode in the underground? I think I need a
Yep,
I told you so laugh today.
yep. Anybody who wants to join me, I'll let you guys know, and I'll be watching it here as soon as it drops.
Thomas said someone should make an edit with the D warp in and get blown up instantly. That only happened if they put Deanna at the helm.
Deanna just crashes into. She crashes into the fleet, and they all are just kind of domino into each other, and everything explodes.
Well, you know, I did find out one thing though. Oh, it's just us three now. I did find out one thing. Why Geordi got demoted. Where is it? Present video. And why
not
Geordi LaForge was transferred.
Oh boy.
Prepare to initiate separation sequence.
All decks report ready.
On my mark.
This better not be long.
Not
Now.
well. It's not that long, but
Watch and pause it every once in a while so I don't get nailed.
I can't.
Engage.
That's kind of funny.
I laughed when I saw that. Let's refresh. Let's see if this garbage is out yet.
Yeah, it's been out for about 2 hours for me already.
Sorry, I'm in a different time zone.
Wow.
Still not out yet.
Gary says, you remind me of Wesley, Kronos. Yeah, of course we had to listen to her whine. I gave Wesley all the space he look what happened, and I tried to be all over, and look what happened. Yeah, Beverly, you're just a horrible mother.
She is. It's terrible.
Barry played tennis balls, Kronos. You missed it. I may have to actually go to the underground just to watch LDG watch this episode. Just so I can see his brain melt down.
I am going to. I'm telling you, I'm going to have an aneurysm. My frontal lobe is going to not be able to take this.
It might be funny.
You know, out of being one of the last few remaining pure Star Trekkies.
Oh my god.
Okay, the last stand, right? This is like 300. I feel like 300, right? And you're all Persians, okay? And I'm just the last 300 real Star Trek fans are gonna have to defend this and defend why this is garbage, and not be fooled by this Terry Block Metalis ships fall in space Vulcan mind synth mind meld freaking. Oh, Klingons play dead. Freaking, we got Jack Squat.
You know, at the end of this episode, this will be LDG.
Emotional damage.
Now, I think it's a far level worse than that. I think that's yeah, way beyond that.
Even I, though, as bad as I've not liked this season, I gave this episode a lot better than what they had been doing. And it wasn't because of the member berries. Because
Lemon berries.
The only member berries in this was naming ships what they did. And then giving us Alice with the Borg voice.
Tell me we didn't get we didn't even get like a Starship Prometheus, did we?
No, that blew up too. I'm sorry.
What? What? Are you kidding me? Tell me you're joking.
Yes, I'm kidding you.
Okay.
All these ships are networked using Prometheus. And that's why they're in the fucked up shape they are now.
You know what? Screw you. Oh.
I know, Thomas. LGG just hasn't been the same since WandaVision.
No, I haven't. No. I've suffered permanent damage to my imagination and my fandom gland. My fandom gland is
my imagination worked perfect. I said from episode 1 that the Borg were involved. I said episode 1 it had something to do with Locutus. I was right.
So we got Locutus. We got Locutus?
No.
No, Jack is the way he is because of Locutus.
It's
Look,
not
Hughes
because of
is not
narrow
alive. What are you
Palm, so you can quote
Yes.
that. With it.
Yes, I did hear them mention the USS Pulaski. And then we did watch the Excelsior get blown up. Well, at least a dot on the screen that's supposed to be Excelsior.
But the Hikaru Sulu survived. That angers me a little.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
What?
Hikaru Sulu
Something you did?
survived.
Something you actually didn't let me hear this. What's in the bun?
The Hikaru Sulu survived.
The Kara Sulu.
Yeah, that was another ship that was there in the fleet.
Oh. Oh, and that you thought was bullshit?
Yeah, we wanted to see that one go boom.
You guys are crazy.
No, we're not.
You guys, I literally think you guys are like, you don't even know it. It's like you're suffering from crazy love metallist syndrome, and you just don't even realize it.
That makes zero sense.
No, we wanted the Excelsior blown up and the Hikaru Sulu, so that would wipe out any references left for George Takei.
Oh my.
That's what I wanted to hear right when it was blowing up. Oh my.
It was fucking great, JPs. Thank you.
It was so great. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So my final prediction for the last episode. 7 will be working on trying to get these ships untethered so the Borg can't use them. And I still think Gerardi Borg Queen will show up to face off against OG Borg Queen. That's my prediction to the final one. And Picard will sacrifice himself to end it all. He will launch himself out of the Enterprise D towards Borg Cube and splatter on the side.
Yeah, I don't even know what to
All right.
expect, honestly, in this last episode. It was, I mean, the way it played out, this one was more unexpected than I thought it would be.
Oh, 54.5 said Sulu is at the Bajoran glory hole. Makes sense.
All right. I'm just going to manually get this. I can't wait any longer.
Poor LDG. He can't wait any longer. He has to watch it.
I got to watch it now. I might even do my own shit. I might even do my own rant.
Wow. It looks like they weren't totally assimilated changelings, but they did have parts of the Borg in them. That's why she cut her hand off to talk to the Borg Queen.
I knew it. I see. Okay, so I was right about that bit. All right.
Well, they didn't explicitly even say that. They didn't even mention that.
That's just assumption on my part. That's why she would chop the hand off to talk to her. But the Borg used the changelings to go in to input Picard DNA into the transporter functions. So anybody using transporter functions would get Locutus Picard DNA in them.
All right, so but how did they use the chain? Like how, if they were supposed to be like tortured changelings from the Dominion War,
they hooked up with the Borg, and the Borg told them a plan to destroy the Federation, and they went along with it to infiltrate Starfleet to get to all the ships, to all the transporters.
How? They were in Section 31. How did the Borg just call them?
They got out of Section 31.
Oh, so this was after she evolved and got away, and then they met the Borg?
Yes.
But they were... So just another stupid plot of, I want revenge on somebody, so I group up with their enemy, and then I end up being treated like shit by that enemy. Because the Borg were treating the changelings like garbage. That didn't feel like a cooperative at all. It
And
looks
not
very much
worse.
one-sided.
And no, Kronos 8472 is nowhere involved in this. I don't think they will show up. I think it's going to be, if Picard gets any help, it's going to be from the Girardi Borg and her drones.
Where is
I don't think
8472?
they're going to bring them into
God
it.
damn it.
Because that was one thing I did hear that didn't make sense.
What? Exactly.
It was either, I think it was Beverly, or was it Deanna, that made the comment that no one had heard from the Borg in 10 years, in a decade.
Yeah, it was
And that made no damn sense, because season 2, the whole damn thing was at the end Borg.
well, we learned that that was just a Borg faction and not the actual Borg. Because remember, Girardi in that episode said, well, they were talking about how the real Borg were still out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
that's
wouldn't
not-
know because I didn't watch that shit.
But that's still not a thing to say I haven't heard of anything from the Borg in 10 years, because technically, even if it was another faction, they still heard from Borg, and they were told that they were out there.
All right, I got the episode. Oh, Lord. I'm afraid to hit play. God, I haven't been afraid to hit play ever since.
Oh my
Well,
God.
you just hold on until the end of the stream, and then a whole bunch of us can come back.
I
to
know,
it.
I'm not. I know.
And
I'm
watch
just saying
you
I got the episode. I
nuts.
got it ready. I have no problem postponing my pain and suffering until your
Mr.
stream is over.
Londell, Mr. Londell, it was an easier way for them to infiltrate, to assimilate the Federation.
And
That's
after
garbage,
the
though. If
event,
all they had to do.
they were probably severely weakened by what Janeway had did to them.
Okay, who made the Borg so stupid? Who was it? Who made the Borg stupid? You have god dang time travel. Okay? You have time travel. There should be no reason why you haven't assimilated the entire effing galaxy.
Well, no, if they stuck by what First Contact did, they could have time traveled at any time and went back and just assimilated.
Yes. Not in front of a ship, not in front of Earth, just, anywhere. Randomly, all of you, every ship just try and transport in the past. God. Oh my Lord.
Well, I mean, they tried sending a cube twice, Mr. Lundell, and they failed.
That was dumb too.
Yeah, the first one they just put to sleep and then threw it into the sun.
The first one was okay. I get the first one. I'm good with the first cube. It was the second cube that I had a huge problem. Like, that was the time to have like an armada of cubes.
Well,
Okay, multiple cubes. Okay, I get it, right? When you first met the Borg were full of themselves. They didn't need to armada anything. They're just doing their own thing. Oh, hey, look, there's the Starship Enterprise. What's this new species? Oh, let's send a Borg cube after them. Dude, we just need one. Okay, I get that. I'm with you. I'm golden. We kick their ass. We defeat the one Borg cube, and then the Borg goes, what? Okay, send 50. Like, that should have been the progression.
And of course, at this point, we still only seen the one Borg cube here.
So that even now, we only saw one cube. I mean,
But they
now they
have
have an entire
assimilated.
fleet.
Yeah, they assimilated every ship in Starfleet.
God.
Honestly, this is
And
probably
where's
one of the
Janeway?
more creative ways they've decided to do a Borg mass assimilation thing. And it actually works.
Using the using the transporters, I cannot see that. I see that as overkill. I see that as some stupid over redundant. Like, they had better ideas than that. Like so many. Using changelings to infiltrate Starfleet so they could change the transporters. Oh my god. My brain.
Kronos wants more of the Batmobile Trek armor.
They're still doing stupid plans. They're still doing stupid plans. Just send 100 Borg cubes. That's all I want. That's all I want.
You've heard it here, folks. LDG wants us all assimilated.
That's all I want to see. Just send 100 cubes.
That's why
you got 'em.
That's why LDG is the AI guy. He wants us all dead from AI.
I don't want you dead. I just want you compliant. That's all. I want you still alive.
Compliant
to me.
who? Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Jeez Louise, man. The Borg are dumb. We were Borg. Not anymore, though.
Oh, you might be Borg, but I am Groot.
I mean, Voyager had it right when we had like 15 Borg cubes coming after Voyager, and I thought for a split second, I actually believed that like they canceled Voyager. I thought they canceled Voyager. I thought I was like, oh, there's no way they're getting out of this. Oh, finally I'm seeing what I'm dying to see. The one episode where I got a glimpse of what it could possibly have been like. And of course, you know, they run by and
Uh-oh, now you're in
you
trouble.
all know what happens.
You're in trouble, LDG.
What?
Get him.
No, hey, I'm with LDG on this. You know,
Thank you.
I need a. I told you so. You dumb motherfuckers laugh. Okay.
You guys haven't
Thank
even
you.
watched it yet. You've already made your decision. So what is the point?
So yeah, all those pictures were from this episode, basically.
Yeah.
Yep. All the pictures.
Yeah, thank you, by the way. That was cool. Props
No,
to Positive Candor on that one. Thank you.
But check this out. The premise. Somebody has been listening to all the brainstorming and back and forth we've been doing about a Borg Dominion war, asking whether or not a changeling can be assimilated. See, they've assimilated changelings.
They didn't
didn't.
quite assimilate them, no.
Yeah, for what I'm hearing, Mr. Lundell, that hasn't actually been
the changelings still had
confirmed
free will.
yet, but
Okay.
where are the real changelings? Where are the real
I
effing? Why
told
is
you,
Odo?
I told you, you're not going to get nothing from the Great Link.
Where's the responsibility of them cleaning up their own mess? Right, like the changelings were known not to fool around.
After
Like-
the Dominion War, they went back to the Gamma Quadrant, and they were going to have nothing else to do with the Alpha Quadrant.
Yeah, but it's their own. They're their own. This has nothing to do with them. Even if they weren't being responsible enough to clean up their mess.
They don't want
their
another
own.
war. So they don't want another war, so they're going to stay out of it.
Oh, that's weak sauce.
No.
That is so weak sauce, Deej. You don't even believe what you just said.
Yeah,
Well,
I do.
see, actually, it may be weak, Deej, because we don't know what happened. We don't know what was communicated when Odo linked with the female changeling and she ended the war. We don't know what he communicated to her. If we knew that, then we could understand. We would probably know what the hell's going on with the tortured baby changelings.
So
And why they found an ally in the Borg of all the creatures in the galaxy, the freaking Borg. They'd have been better off, with the Packlets. Okay.
But did you really expect season 1 had Borg, season 2 had Borg? You didn't think season 3 would not have Borg?
I didn't know where they were going, but I knew it wasn't the great writing, storytelling spectacular that everybody was saying that it was. I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's dropped now. Well, actually, it's another one that's going to
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah, it dropped.
See, that was a flip flop that dropped.
I mean,
It's
I
a
mean,
boot
you had-
about to hit the floor now.
I mean,
A
again,
big rusty steel-toed boot is about to hit
Yeah.
the floor next.
I mean, yeah,
God.
they reveal Shelby and kill her off like 1 minute later, basically, right?
they'll live for a little bit. She got to make a
Yeah,
speech.
she managed to live about 3 minutes or 5 minutes in the episode. Got to make a
Yeah,
partial
I think
speech.
I think Shelby dying and Shaw dying is
Yeah.
gonna piss off Bird.
Especially Shaw.
Yeah,
That
well,
the Shaw death is going to piss off a lot of people because they were all hoping
Yeah.
Shaw
Yeah,
would get his
a
own
Shaw
show.
show. They all wanted a Shaw show.
I
Guess
didn't
what?
mind his death. I thought it worked well with the episode, and it completed his character arc. So I think it was all right.
Unfortunately, Shaw got Shawshanked by the Borg.
Yeah,
So there's no redemption,
Shaw-
folks.
Shawshank.
I couldn't
Shawshank.
figure out how to work Shawshank in there. Okay.
No redemption because he got Shawshanked. Damn it.
Oh man.
And you know
Me.
he's dead because he called her 7 of 9 right before he died.
Yep. So you got Captain 7 basically already.
Oh my God, there's the rumor mill. There's going to be a 7 or 9 show, folks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
duh.
Rafi stayed behind with 7, so there you go.
Yep,
Lick
back
it.
All
All
right,
together
it's time
again.
for Wordle.
Star Trek.
Yep, back together again.
Granted, Joseph, I agree. The Shaw show could have been cool.
Not
But-
with these writers.
But that was put to rest tonight. There's no
Maybe.
Shaw show.
And we technically just saw him kind of lose consciousness. We didn't see him die, so and that
Yeah.
can be why 7 stayed behind to save him.
I'm calling it he's DOA.
Well, I'm pretty sure he is too, but I wouldn't put it past them to have him to bring him back.
So yeah, behind the door was just a goofy cube. I was like, okay, yeah, this is stupid. Just a cube being behind the door.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's kind of the weak point was they really didn't need the whole red door thing.
Yeah.
So that was a letdown too.
To me, it was.
No, it was just something
I was
that-
hoping for Locutus, but obviously that ain't happening.
We're in trouble
Oh,
now.
Lord.
Michael J. Crawford is here.
I don't know about trouble.
So you glad it's not Armis at least?
Am I glad it's not who?
Armis.
Oh, Armis? Yeah, I am glad it's not Armis. But
Oh my God.
But
we're
the
3 for
Borg-
3 now with the Borg and Picard.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, can they not think of anybody else?
No, obviously
sorry.
not.
You know, I just want to know why, and somebody explain to me why the Phantom Menace is all of a sudden worshiping at the feet of Terry Metalis like he's some kind of genius when he's doing the
They
same
got paid.
thing.
They got paid off.
I think that's going to change now. Okay, because all through this, I've been wait for the other shoe to drop, and this is not even the other shoe. This was just a flip flop. There's a steel-toed boot about to hit the floor in this next week. Mark my words on that.
What you think? What are you saying that it's going to suddenly get good in the last episode?
I'm saying it's going to get worse.
Oh,
okay.
Because
But why is
I haven't even watched this episode, Mr. Lundell. So help me. I don't understand how you can even comment right now.
So,
you
so
haven't
they're
even
gonna,
Based,
are they gonna,
based on what Deej,
so they're gonna
you
use the
been
same
saying,
strategy.
it's going to get worse.
So are they using the same strategy by separating the saucer from and using the battle bridge and the saucer against?
oh, that would be hilarious if they do that.
I mean, I think that's one of the weakest points in the episode is ending with them charging back into battle with just the Enterprise D. I don't see how they're going to survive against an entire
The
fleet.
D is the best now.
Well, because Geordi upgraded the. What did Geordi upgrade the D?
No, he didn't upgrade anything. In fact, remember Worf was saying, "Well, I'd sure like to have more weapons." You know, because the Enterprise D sucks.
I think
Really?
Jordy rigged the
Damn it.
best blossom on it.
I think that obviously what they're going to try to do is some kind of I'll give them this much. I think they're going to try to do a typical TNG ending because there's no way that the Enterprise D can fight their way out of this situation. So they're going to try to come up with some pseudo clever way to outthink the Borg, or to just talk Jack into betraying the Borg Queen, and so he'll shoot her and ruin it that way or something. It's not going to be the Enterprise D shows up and fights through anything.
Well, I think that's part of the reason that Seven was left behind too, so she could be working on deprogramming part of the fleet.
Right, but I think that, but honestly, I am just so frustrated right now with dealing with all these people out there talking about how awesome this show is. I don't get it.
So I really like this episode. I think they did a really good job with it. They finally did. They're actually doing a Borg story that's actually good compared to season 1 and 2. The only thing that would ruin it now is if they defeat the fleet back at Earth by having giant space flowers come up.
The only reason you're saying it's a Borg story that's good compared to season 1 and 2 is because we've had 8 seconds of the Borg so far. You know, just wait until we get through, next week. Then you'll say it's just another crappy Borg story, because they've already ruined the Borg a dozen times over in Voyager and twice in Picard.
I don't think they have ruined the Borg. So.
Well, this is how it's going to end right now. I'm telling you right now, this is how it's going to end. Picard's going to sacrifice himself in front of Jet, and then he's going to get emotional and defeat the Queen. End of story.
Picard's already dead. I mean, how can he sacrifice himself?
Android Picard.
That's a tinker toy walking around calling himself Shaw.
So you upset they killed Shaw.
Oh man, don't even get me started on that. They killed the one decent character they came up with.
I thought you'd be mad because Shelby got killed.
I don't think Shelby's dead.
She got hit twice in the chest.
They fired.
She got hit twice in the chest.
Nah, the communication's cut off. We don't.
No, you see the spots on her chest. Where
we don't see her lying on the ground with her eyes open, so we don't know if she's dead.
She fell back in her chair.
Yeah.
So they just stunned
dead.
We don't know. We don't know that Shelby's dead. We do know that Shaw's dead.
Well, all the young Borg were walking around the ship saying they were going to kill everybody. So.
And honestly, no, even if they did kill Shelby, it's like Shelby was also on screen for all of 8 seconds. So am I all that emotionally, no. It's like, oh, look, it's Shelby. Oh, she's dead. Okay.
How'd you feel about the Excelsior getting blown up?
Didn't care. I mean, they didn't even have the cojones to show it getting blown up.
No, it was just a little.
They show a computer readout saying, look, Excelsior. Oh, it's gone now. That's the Excelsior getting blown up. I mean, and then they blow up the Enterprise E off screen. Ooh,
Well, that came from one of them stupid.
That wasn't Worf's fault.
Worf
wasn't his fault that happened.
Yeah, and apparently it's Worf's fault. I want to know that story. That sounds more interesting than anything we've gotten this season.
Well, it's
I don't know why it's Worf's fault that the Enterprise E blew up.
It's in a book.
I don't care if it's in a book.
It's in. Geordi does.
Unfortunately, in a book canon now because they keep pulling from them. So
now, see, but what one thing we're missing could happen is, okay, Jonathan Archer can go forward in time and borrow the Enterprise J and come in to save the day.
Well, that would make as much sense as anything else.
I'd take that. Yeah. I would take that right now.
No,
just because I like the J.
It's not Jonathan Archer. It's Sam Beckett.
Oh hell yeah!
Somebody kicked
intergalactic ship.
Greetings, gentlemen.
Hello, yes.
Hi, Michael. There is an idea I have right now. You should change your name from Salty Tracker to Anti Tracker.
Yeah. Yeah, you changed
Yeah,
your
that
name
would
too
work.
early. Yeah, you changed your name way
Come
too
on,
early there, boss.
Joseph, are you saying that I'm wrong that that's a good idea that they use the Borg 3 seasons in a row on Picard?
It's
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna say yes because I was against it at first. Using the board, but the way it played out tonight, I think they did a good job with it.
you know what
done anything
they shouldn't have used the Borg in the first 2 seasons, and then it
Yeah,
would make
exactly.
complete
Yeah, but
sense.
you know what? Terry Metalis is supposedly, because you hear people like Robert Martinet talking about, basically on his knees saying, please drop your pants in front of me because you're so awesome. So if he's that great a writer, couldn't he come up with some villain other than the Borg?
Well, what other villain did Jean-Luc face? Well, it could have been, but see, because the
You come up with
Cardassians,
1,000 other villains that Jean-Luc has faced.
Well, it could have actually been a faction of the Romulans. You had
Salty,
Sela
Salty,
still
by the
out
way, do you
there
have
and
the
everything
correct
else.
mic on? Do you have the correct mic on?
So how would you score this right now? This episode?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'd probably give it a 6. I mean, it was good episode production-wise. It didn't overdo the member berries thing. Overall,
running out of member
The
berries.
D is not a member berry?
the D is a member berry, but it didn't overdo, like it didn't have wall of member berries 17 times in the episode like they have in previous episodes. So
Well, except for the names of the ships, you had Akara Sulu, you had the Excelsior, you had the USS Pulaski.
right, but if you're gonna have a wall of 7,500 starships, you're gonna have some names thrown in there. That doesn't bother me. What would bother me is like when they show Jean-Luc Picard's desk in 2 different scenes, and both times he rearranges the desk so he has a different setup of crap for you to see from different episodes, just so you can remember all those different episodes. That's the very definition of member berries. I don't want that. What I want is a good story. Now, this episode was primarily, the stuff that was in it was all story driven, and we needed to have ships. Those ships needed to have names. Okay, fine. So if you're going to have the USS Hikaru Sulu, well, that makes sense. Sulu was a noteworthy captain of the past. The Pulaski, well, hey, she was the last competent Starfleet doctor. So whatever. You just throw out. That's I don't have a problem with that.
Was there James T. Kirk?
Well, of course you can't do that because because William Shatner is not towing the good liberal wokeberry line, so you don't want to have you don't want to push James T. Kirk. But
that's why you had his skeleton.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you literally had him as a skeleton in the closet. But that's that. Anyway, but to bring the Borg back again, I
knew it would be the Borg because they had them in season 1 and 2, and I knew they'd finish this thing off with the Borg.
And since I haven't watched the episode, the voice that we are hearing, was it the Borg Queen the whole time?
No, the voice you were hearing was Dr. Crusher, but now you hear the Borg Queen, and it is
Alice.
Alice Creech.
Because one of the things I sometimes I heard Beverly, sometimes I heard Alice Krieger talking. That was the thing that
she's in the credit. Yeah, she's in the credits.
Because I think I heard her before in the previous episodes.
And I'm wondering,
at least one sentence.
The other lady that played the Borg Queen last season died, or did they cast her?
Well, Anne Wershing died.
Yeah, I know she died, but I mean, is that why they cast?
I think they just wanted to bring the original Queen back.
Right.
No, that's another member berry.
Pretty much because they could have brought back Girardi or somebody else,
No,
right. It should be Girardi.
Yeah, but no, see, Girardi's a different faction of Borg. I think that's might come into play that.
Oh man, if they have a
Girardi's-
big Borg battle with Girardi Borg, no, then I'm really going to be throwing things at my computer. I
Borg
don't
cat fight.
I think that's a big possibility, though. You get the Girardi faction facing off with the Creek Borg Queen faction.
I don't think they're going to bring back the Girardi Borg faction.
Borg
anyway.
versus
I think,
Borg.
I think they already said that the Girardi Borg faction wasn't going to play a role in the season.
Well, you know, then they could at least explain where the sky beam was coming from that they were all like defending the Federation against last season.
Well, I mean, they said at the beginning, before the season even started, that they were going to not do many connections to any of the previous seasons.
Yeah, except that they've only mentioned Picard's positronic body about 8,000 times.
Well, they kind of had to. That
No,
was
they
a big
didn't.
point.
They could have not mentioned it at all.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to do anything.
How do you figure? I mean, he died in that season, so they had to do something with that. They couldn't just.
Why did they have to do something with it? They could have just ignored it.
Yeah, but then everyone would. Yeah, but that just wouldn't make any sense.
They've ignored all sorts of other things that have actually happened. So why not ignore the last 2 seasons of Picard?
Yeah.
In fact, they even ignored what happened in the last 2 seasons of Picard. Because you know what I love is when Dr. Crusher in this episode says, the Borg, but nobody's heard from the Borg in a decade.
Again, they haven't heard from the Borg in a decade. They
They heard from the Borg last year.
It was, and they've explained that that's a different faction of the Borg.
They don't know that.
Yeah, they actually Girardi said that in the last.
Borg
season.
is Borg, regardless of.
Yeah,
the
they're
faction.
still Borg.
Yeah, but they were talking. Oh my
And
God,
they didn't say, oh, but well, nobody's heard from this faction of the Borg. They just said nobody's heard from the Borg. It's not like, you know, think about this. Nobody said the Klingons, but nobody's heard from the House of Martok in a decade. No. It doesn't matter.
I have to agree. I have to agree with Michael.
Yeah, you know it's bad when LDG's agreeing with me.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, we've got into a whole nother. Yeah, got Mr. Lundell agreeing with me. Got me agreeing with Michael. There's some serious thing fucked up in the universe right
and
now.
actually, if you go back earlier in the stream, I brought that up too about Girardi's Borg. They've heard from Borg.
Yeah. You can't say that they've not heard from the Borg in a decade when all 3 seasons of Picard were about the Borg.
Mm-hmm. And the Romulans still have that cube, don't they?
Right. Now, granted, you could argue that with the Romulans having the artifact, that's not them hearing from the Borg because that's just a Borg cube that was abandoned or whatever. Fine. But as far as the Girardi Borg faction, that is definitely them hearing from the Borg within the last decade.
Yep.
That
Now,
honestly doesn't
don't get
bother
me
me
wrong,
one bit.
Cinnabon. I'm still not. I'm
That's
not
such,
saying
I mean, that's such a tiny nitpick that it doesn't bother me.
How is that a tiny?
That's not
nitpick?
tiny. Oh my God, dude!
That would be like me saying there hasn't been a Republican president in over a decade. Is that? That's just me being stupid. Now, granted, Dr. Crusher has been stupid plenty of times in the past, and this would just be her latest being stupid. But come on, that's not a tiny little nitpick. That's blatantly disregarding what happened in the previous season. But then they have to mention Picard's death 17 times.
But see, Dr. Beverly is not stupid. She just knows so much that isn't true.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she knows a lot that isn't true then.
Well, yeah, maybe they're.
Well, you know, we're gonna find out. They're gonna fix everything in the next episode when they find the new Metalis device that's gonna fix everything.
No.
He's gonna find a way to name the savior after himself. It's gonna be something. Something related to him. Watch.
Oh no.
No, it's going to end up being the Kazon.
Yeah, I would love the K. I would have accepted the Kazon.
I would have
what we
laughed
got.
if it was the Kazon pulling the strings. That would have been.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I just received a donation from the Borg Queen herself for $1.
Uh-oh.
And she says, I have been in every voice you ever heard inside your head.
Okay.
And Yosef is back, and now we have Bird of Prey 5.
So, so it
world.
means that.
So what are you going to rate this episode, Bird? They killed your favorite character.
We don't know that he's dead.
Again.
What?
We don't know he's dead.
Bird's in denial.
He called 7 of 9.
Yeah.
And he was shot
and that was
square
the
in the
cheapest
chest.
way for him to go out, too.
Besides,
he should have gone out.
heterosexual-
You know what
yeah.
he should have done is said, "The bridge is yours, Commander Hansen," not 7 of 9.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been him.
Yeah. Besides, he's a heterosexual white male. I think he's dead.
Oh, there is one way they could have made this episode.
We don't know.
What's
We
that,
don't know
Brett?
he's we don't know he's heterosexual.
Yeah, you assume that. You don't assume his
Just
his
because he
gender.
hasn't hit on you.
You assume he's male. You think just because he has a beard, he's male? I see.
I got a feeling that maybe he might get us. Maybe he's like half assimilated and he doesn't know it, and they'll bring him back like half assimilated or something. That's how he will survive.
Maybe they'll rush him to the robot planet. You know.
Yeah, they'll make him a robot now too. Then he and Picard can have robot conversations.
Oh, Rafi and Seven are still on the ship.
Yeah. So you know what? So Picard and Shaw will become a couple, and then Rafi and Seven will be a couple, and they'll just like be on the USS Rainbow Flag.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if we find out Seven threw him in stasis before he,
No, but wait, Picard's been banging the hot Romulan chick.
No, we just assume that.
No, Picard is heterosexual.
No, I think Picard is flamingly gay.
It's kind of up in the air because he did bang Beverly, but Beverly is kind of weird. So
Beverly
Wouldn't that make him robosexual?
Man
what?
He's a synth. Doesn't that make him robosexual?
So is your stream for this episode going to be over 2 hours, Bird?
That's a good question. I mean, look, I just got done recording it. I felt like it was recorded for a while. Let me see.
It's not
how
over
long.
2 hours because it's only 4 o'clock now. So
Let me see how long. Well, I started watching it for the first time at 2:20 a.m. Eastern because that's when it dropped.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a laugh ride. I can tell already.
I can't wait to watch it.
Did you give this a FU out of 10?
I feel like I shouldn't spoil it, but I also feel like you guys are going to be disappointed. I'm going to be honest. I liked it. So.
Well, see, I said I did mind this episode.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
It was 6 out of 10. I didn't hate it.
It was better than what's been before this season.
I mean, it was one of the least offensive episodes this season.
There's just one major offense I have, and I'm sure it's the same for everybody. I'm sure you guys already discussed it to death.
Oh yeah, we have. We've been streaming for an hour and a half.
Or Shelby dying?
No, not a death. The transporters.
Oh, the transporters changing everybody's DNA.
The fact that there's common DNA involved at all, that it's like they have to transporters have to do less work, so they use common DNA.
Yeah, which means that
your DNA is always being changed.
Everybody.
So yeah, that is not the same you who steps back off a transporter.
Yeah,
I mean it's disgusting that other people's DNA is being used to supplement my own.
Hashtag Dr. McCoy was right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody who ever hated the transporter was right.
Yeah.
Just like all the other races in the universe can easily take the Picard gene.
Right. I mean, what happens when you transport like a fucking orange or a
It's all got
table?
Picard DNA.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
God.
you're
Cannibalism.
Picard.
Your Latinum. That's got Picard DNA now too.
Yeah. Everything is Picard.
Every pregnant woman that uses a transporter now has a Picard baby.
Every
Oh,
baby is a
man.
bald British Frenchman.
That's a
Picard's
bald
going to be paying a
British,
hell of a lot of DNA.
a formerly bald British Frenchman. That's now a freaking robot.
Yes. Yes. And so,
How
and
did
that,
everybody like the computer voice at the end?
oh, they did a good job. Was that someone impersonating her, or was that just them?
No, that was her.
That was her.
Like one of those.
They had her
That was her
recording
recorded voice.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Well, they could have done it a few different ways. They could have used snippets of old recordings. They could have used an AI voice, or they could have had someone who just did a good imitation of.
I think they used the recorded voice from the episode where Jellicoe transfers command back to Picard.
Okay, so my
can't
raw
get one.
audio is an hour and 28 minutes.
Oh, that's short.
So, yeah, it'd probably be like an hour 10 or so when it's
Well, I'm
cut
disappointed.
down.
And it's only an hour if you play it on.
But it's
higher
40. I mean, it was
speeds.
only 42 minutes of episode.
Right. It felt short, to be honest.
It was short. It was,
I mean,
probably
it
the
was
shortest
very
episode
short.
of the
When
season.
it ended, I felt like, wait a minute, that shouldn't be the end. It felt like, you know, and I get they probably just cut it because, you know, this was, you know, they're about to deal with the good stuff, and you know they didn't want to give us any good stuff in this episode, which they successfully avoided.
Which means last episode could be at least an hour long.
Well, the last episode needs to be at least like 2 hours long if they're going to explain everything, but they're not going to.
Wordle in 5. Oh my God.
That's the thing that's going to piss me off. They're just going to pretend all the stuff that needs explaining doesn't need explaining.
They've been doing that the whole series.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
All 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's well, but this season in particular, and again, this goes back to my thing that I still keep asking, and I've yet to get any kind of answer for. Why is the entire fandom menace on its knees, you know, slobbering over the idea of Terry Metalis dropping his pants in front of him? I don't get it.
Well, the entire fandom is
Payola.
not.
Well, okay, everybody but Doomcock.
Well, you have Doomcock, you have Heels versus Babyface. He doesn't like it at all either.
Okay, I didn't see. I didn't know he did.
There's a few of them out there that's been hating on this regularly.
All right. But I mean, honestly, but Doomcock, and I'll say this because Doomcock, I do not appreciate his stance on it because he's been saying it doesn't matter if it's any good. You need to hate on it just because it's made by it's got Kurtzman's name on it. That I disagree with. I think that's
I'm not
that.
saying hate on it.
Huh?
He's saying don't watch it. Just
right. He said don't. You know, you should basically boycott it because Kurtzman produced it. And I'm sorry. That's a bunch of BS. That's. I'm sorry. Doomcock is just wrong about that. But I say
he was
I
also
think,
right about it.
huh?
But he was also right about it.
No, he's not right about it. Well, he's right that it's bad, but he's not right that it's bad because Kurtzman produced it. It's because I mean this is Terry Metalis's baby, not Kurtzman's. Now Kurtzman is the high level producer, just like he is over all the Trek shows.
But I still see Kurtzman's fingerprints all over.
You know,
me.
that's such a load of bull crap. Just like people that say that they think Kathleen Kennedy's fingerprints are all over everything on Star Wars. That's you know, people don't understand that Kathleen Kennedy and Alex Kurtzman don't oversee the day-to-day production of these things.
Well, I don't see any changes though. I mean, in
this is a Terry Metalis show. This is not a Alex Kurtzman is just the guy running the company more or less. The Star
I'm
Trek.
gonna go. I just wanted to stop in and say hi.
Bert, before you go, there is
Yes.
before you go, and I'm glad that I have basically a bunch of my favorite YouTubers here. I just want to make an announcement. in August, I'm becoming a father.
Oh,
Oh my God!
Nice.
Congratulations, Joseph.
It's not mine. It's not mine.
It's not
I was
yours.
gonna
It's
say,
not
do you
yours.
know who?
Wait, Joseph. What
Yes.
species?
That's a good thing. It's going to be the female species. It's
The
going to be a
female
girl.
That's a gender, not a species.
Yeah, it's going to be a human girl.
Okay,
It's
human.
going
A
to be
human girl. Oh,
Yes.
congratulations.
And we had yesterday basically the most important tests. So right now I can talk about everything. So I just wanted to announce it since
So when is it? August?
mid-August.
Mid-August.
Very good, Joseph. Are you gonna live stream the
Congratulations,
birth?
Joseph.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You gonna live stream the birth? Like on Bird's channel?
Yeah, I would love to be.
In fact, you
there.
could simulcast it on Bird's channel and mine. That'd be fun.
And look, a Deed stream gets the first again. The first to find out that
Yes.
Joseph will be a father.
God.
An exclusive.
An exclusive. That
Are
is,
we gonna-
it is an exclusive. I was really looking for a possibility of having the guys that I'm following the most on YouTube in one place, and it just happened like the perfect occasion. So that's why I was like, okay. And right the day after, I can talk about it officially. I got the approval from Erica, so yes.
No, very good. We're all very happy for you, Joseph.
So see, there was the one good highlight of this Picard episode. It gave Joseph the chance.
Wait, Joseph, you don't have Ironic syndrome, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, if your daughter's eyes start glowing red and she starts possessing people,
Run.
You can send her to the mines.
She'd be a great taskmaster down there in the mines.
Send her to Rua Pente, huh, Bert?
Wherever. Karoga, Aurora Pente. It's all the
Same
same.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Awesome. We're gonna have a stream where we get to pick her name.
The name is already picked. If you want to know that one, I can tell that one as well. It's going to be Olivia.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
Hey,
Not bad.
maybe we'll get a stream where Joseph's sitting there holding the baby, and we get this woman with
That's
a
good.
towel walking behind him.
Well,
Just don't do like the actor who played Phlox. He dropped a baby.
Now the name was we were looking for a name that is common here in let's say in Slovakia, not overused, and is as well very well internationally accepted. So yeah,
Well,
nothing overcomplicated.
Just don't give her the middle name Newton.
You could name her Olivia Bird Salty.
Don't give
or
her the
Olivia
middle
Salty.
name.
For the
Chocolate.
christening, yeah, I will probably do something like that.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure the wife won't mind.
she'll only be, 3 years younger than nephew O'Prey. Who knows? And
Hell, he's
18
trying to do
to 20.
matchmaking.
Yeah, already.
20 years.
Don't do it, Joseph.
Who
Don't do
knows?
it. You do not want to be related to Bird.
There could be worse things.
Yeah.
You're
Not
related
really.
to Salty.
Ooh.
A
Well,
Klingon who doesn't know anything about Klingons.
Yeah.
Okay. Congrats again, Joseph.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Congrats.
Take care, guys.
Take care, Bert. Good night.
Hey, bird.
Blackbird.
Get some sleep. Now we have Bill taking over the bird spot.
What's up?
Hey, Bill.
Hey, how's it going?
We just find out that Joseph's going to be a daddy. There we go.
yeah, that changed the mood in the room.
Right. I don't know in which direction, but it definitely changed my mood because I realized that
Your life is over?
my life is over, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Yep.
you know what? No, it's literally I'm looking forward to do to all of the crap that is coming towards me, and
Oh, there's a lot of crap coming towards you.
I know, and you know what? I already know that I will take like 6 months from work just to stay with the baby. First half year it will be Erica, and then I will take another 6 months just to be with the baby. And I have everything already organized at work, and this is really something. It's something new.
Yeah, just remember, you can't be LDG and ask for a refund.
And I will say this in all sincerity, I'm truly sorry it's a girl.
Why?
Oh, you don't know yet.
You have a bigger headache worrying about the guys, later and all that. You
Look,
know, the first couple of years will be okay, but after that, you're in trouble.
I'll tell you this much, Joseph. If you have a boy, you only have one penis to worry about.
Oh yes.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm sure in Slovakia you can own a shotgun. So
well, no, you can own goats.
That as well.
Take it from me. Get pigs. They dispose of things quicker.
Experience?
I'm not saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
Understand. No, it's going to be fun. Like no sleep.
Well,
For
it
a year
depends.
or
You
something.
know, you sleep on whatever schedule they dictate to you.
Yeah, basically.
Just remember, folks, in August, we lose one of our YouTube friends here that won't be around as much anymore.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
We may actually see Joseph more during the daytime in America because
pretty much. I think I will be able to join some of the very late like the evening streams for you.
Yeah, you'll finally be around for some of my streams since
yes.
your kid will keep you awake.
Definitely. I will be probably insane, so ignore my chats at the time. But yeah, it will be fun. I see it with my my neighbor has like a 4-year-old girl and 2-year-old boy, and it's really fun being around those kids. Yeah, like after 30 minutes, I'm crazy already.
Yeah,
but people keep telling me that if it's your own, it's completely different. So I just
right because you can't get rid of them. You think, oh, it's so great, and then you realize, oh crap, I can't turn them off and I can't get rid of them. What am I supposed to do? It's been 3 days. Wait, 3 weeks. Wait, 3 years. Yeah, it never ends.
Yeah.
Aldi, I haven't seen much of your Minecraft. Are you doing it on another channel or something?
We've been trying to figure out if you're talking about my stuff, we've been trying to figure out why we've been having such weird issues with getting it to stream properly. So Jason,
I haven't seen it in a long while.
Yeah, Jason and I have been trying to figure that out.
Trying to figure out what?
Oh, we've been having some weird issues with Minecraft and StreamYard. They don't like each other very much right now.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying your
she's doing it by herself.
I blame Thomas.
Thomas it's always his fault.
Yeah. And yes, if he gets his wife mad while she's pregnant, and she has a built-in excuse to do anything she wants. So, yeah, don't make her angry.
No. I'm trying not to, but sometimes it comes
You wouldn't like
naturally.
her when she's angry.
You know that there is a way how to breathe in a wrong way. So
Oh, never mind. That comes
And
through
those
later.
weird cravings.
you know what? That didn't come up yet. We are now
Oh,
approaching
it will.
month 5, so seems to be
Yeah, wait for the mayonnaise covered pizza. I'm not
Or
kidding. Yeah, I'm totally not kidding
anchovies
either.
and ice cream with chocolate syrup.
It's going to anyway. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. We have fortunately enough big enough house. We have like in the meantime a lot of stuff. I have already a baby seat in the car.
It's a little early for that.
It is a little early, but a friend of mine gave it to me. One of these because his kids are outgrew the seat, so he just gave it to me, and I was like, okay, where to put it right now? And we were taking it out of his car, so I put it into my car. So and right now there's.
Joseph's practicing.
Yes. You know what? At least, I can go now to a shopping mall and park in one of those spots for family, and nobody will.
You know, he sounds like me before Picard, the very first season of Picard. Like, I can't wait. Everything's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be awesome. And then, you're gonna get to the point where you're screaming in the middle of the night every time she cries, right when you go to bed, and you're yelling
Every fucking time.
right, and you want to kill your own child because it's keeping you up in the middle of the night.
You know what, LD, you cannot scare me because I'm already terrified. So it's all okay. It's all okay. I'm getting from all sides all the horrible stories, unfiltered. People keep sending me videos of children doing the worst things possible. So yeah.
Besides, you know, Joseph actually likes discovery, so there's nothing a kid can produce out of their butts that he can't handle.
And he's
Well, this is
already
what
practicing.
happens.
He's already practicing with the kid seat because he's strapping his cats in there, taking them for rides.
You have
I
a
would not be
dog,
surprised if that were
Joseph?
true.
Yeah, I have a dog. She's a senior. She's turning 16 on May 1st.
No longer a dog; it's a partner in crime.
And unfortunately, in March, I lost one of my cats, so there are only 3 right now. But I'm not planning to replenish the cats because of the baby right now. So
Oh well, the cats are the ruler of the house then.
anyway,
You know the difference between dogs and cats, don't you? A
Cats
dog
are
will look
jerks.
up at you and say, "Oh, you pet me, you feed me, you put a roof over my head. You must be God." A cat will look up at you and say, "Oh, you pet me, you feed me, you put a roof over my head. I am God."
and you know what? That's pretty much the nature of those cats. You basically live under their roof. They allow you.
Joseph doesn't need to milk cats, Kronos. He has goats for that. And sheep. Now, here's the real question. When are you and the wife going to have time for making your Slovakian slurries once you have kids around?
Say hi to my package.
Exactly.
Oh, no, salty. You have never had anything good without having barbecue sheep. Oh my Lord, that is some good stuff.
That is, but with the baby, there might be, you know, an addition to the slurry, you know.
What?
Another
Wait a minute. What?
another kind of milk can be added there. If you can
Oh,
see
that's
it
true.
that
So
way.
you can add some human milk to the slurry.
Yes.
God, for a second,
So
I
it'll
thought he
be
was talking
so it'll
about
be
putting it
goat,
in a
sheep, and
blender.
human milk is the new Slovakian slurry.
It will be, yeah, it will be the improved recipe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not having any of that. Nope, nope, nope.
The
nope, nope.
Yosef family recipe Slovakian slurry now with 100% more human.
This is very disturbing.
Indeed, it is.
Hey, I didn't come up with that one.
And just imagine if Yosef goes through a transporter, it'll be 100% Picard.
Yeah. So you haven't watched tonight's episode yet, right, Yosef?
No, I have not.
Okay.
First of all, it's dropping only tomorrow on Amazon. We are getting it only on Friday, but I'm going to sail the high seas to watch it before I listen to all the reviews. Despite I got right now everything spoiled. Left
Yeah,
to
sorry
right.
about that. If we did any,
No
of that.
worries, no worries. If I didn't want to have it spoiled, I wouldn't go come to the stream at
Yeah.
all. So that's completely fine.
Yeah, we all know Deej can't keep
You
his
can't
damn
spoil
mouth shut.
garbage.
I know that when Deej is streaming on Thursdays, it's going to be like full spoiler.
Yeah, when the show's garbage, spoilers become warnings.
I agree with that statement, but I don't agree with Picard season 3 being garbage. So we meet halfway.
Yeah, you know, you got to make it right. It's hot garbage.
No, it's not garbage. It's
The hot, steaming pile of.
No, I think so. Yeah, it's a big plate of member berries. That's all it is.
I have given it a 10 on every episode except last week because they kept drawing what Jack was. So I gave it a 7 or an 8.
But you know what?
I had a bad feeling it was going to be who we thought it was.
Yeah.
This is the problem, that when they came first with Discovery and everything was different, people were not happy.
Yeah.
And when we get member berries, people are not happy.
I haven't seen one member berry yet. Everyone's been a lemon berry. They can't get it right.
The rotten berry.
Sorry, you screw up a member berry. That's you're a moron.
Well, Joseph, step 1, tell a story without the member berries. If you can tell a trick story without, a picture of James T. Kirk in the background,
Yeah.
kissing the woman, the Triskelion drill sergeant he had, and back in that episode, then you're doing something. If you need to remind me with tribbles and Gorn skulls and all of this
Mutated killer tribbles.
Yeah, that this is Star Trek. You're not doing your job.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem, is that I don't have a problem with like if you look at TNG in the early years, when TNG really struggled was when it tried to depend on member berries itself. Look at episodes like The Naked Now. The Naked Now was a horrible episode, and that was that entire episode was just a member berry for the naked time, right?
Exactly.
And when they kept trying to say, oh, let's do a reference to something from the original series, but when they got away from that, when they started just branching off and doing their own thing, but and remaining true to themselves, it became a good show when they focused on good storytelling. With Discovery, I think the problem with Discovery was not that it was different. I know that a lot of fans didn't like that it was different at first, but a lot of fans didn't like TNG because it was different at first as well. I'm one of them. But TNG grew on them as the stories got good. And for a lot of us, Discovery, the storytelling never got good.
Yeah.
and honestly, with the biggest difference between TOS, TNG, and basically all of Trek until Discovery was that Trek was generally an optimistic view of humanity's future. Discovery was a very pessimistic view of man's future. And Picard continues that pessimism. Picard,
But the thing is,
Picard does
we
not
are.
think.
But the thing is, we are we are living the very pessimistic times, and so
Which
Star
is
Trek was
all the more
always
reason to be optimistic.
But
Yeah,
it was
that was the
always
beauty. That
reflecting
was
the
the
current
beauty of the
situation.
original show.
Think
That was
about
the-
this, yo. So when TOS came out, we were
Yeah.
in the middle of the civil rights movement. It was
Yeah,
an
and-
extremely pessimistic time for America, and that's why the optimism of TOS was so vital.
Yeah. See, and even as dark as DS9 got, at the end of almost every episode, you could see a light at the end of that tunnel. You don't see a light at the end of any of this. I mean, come on.
I'm giving you
Vulcans?
Discovery.
Come on.
I'm giving you Discovery, and honestly, with Discovery, I'm probably the only one here. But from all those 4 seasons that we had, I like the first one the most, simply because we had at least a character that I really liked, which was Lorca.
I liked Lorca, honestly. I thought he was an interesting character.
So, seasons 3 and 4, so season 3 is just a disaster, and season 4 is basically a soap opera in space with an extremely thin plot, with a very good idea, very good setup, and everything. But the plot was so thin that it could have been like a three-parter with everything that happened around the aliens, yeah. And
but
big
that's
mystery.
the problem with this mystery box storytelling, and this is another thing that Picard is relying on, is that when everything is mystery box, then the whole point of the series is to stretch it out, to not reveal anything until the very end. And so, basically, this episode is the first real big reveal we've gotten. And even then, it's kind of a groaner, and everybody saw it coming a mile away. And so the fact that you're stretching it out, I'm sorry, this reveal could have come in the second episode of the season. The whole Vadic storyline should have lasted an episode or 2 at the most, not 8 freaking episodes of a 10 episode season.
And this is why I appreciate Strange New Worlds. This is why I appreciate Strange New Worlds, because it's
I do too. Yeah, but Vadic, and that's the thing. Why is it? I don't understand why people can think this is good when they stop to think Vadic is a nobody, and she's been the villain for 8 out of 10 episodes, and she's a nobody. The real villain is now just showing up, and she only has like 2 lines in the second to last episode.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning it. I was yesterday on DG stream as well. So and I mentioned it, or was it on Bert's member stream? I don't know. That this mystery box is basically something that JJ Kurtzman and Orsi started already in Alias. Yeah. It was first. It was like the first 2 seasons were pretty much episodic, and seasons 3 and 4 were big mystery boxes where we ended up with a red giant ball of destruction. That was the big mystery in Alias, which was like copy pasted special effect in Star Trek 09, pretty much. I'm not sure if you watched ever Alias.
No, I never watched that show.
It's actually not bad. It's actually a not bad show, and because the mystery box was then like something new, yeah. But we're talking about a series that is, I don't know, 15, 20 years old right now, something like that.
Okay, Alias. That's the one about the spies, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay, yeah.
with Jennifer Garner.
God, that's been years.
Yeah, it's about 20. It's really something like 20 years, because I think it was one of the first series I ever watched with Erica when we started dating, which was like over 18 years ago. So
Yeah, it's about the 90s or something when that came out.
But yeah, mystery box storytelling is just, it can work as a novelty, but it can't work as a franchise staple.
Yeah.
And that's what they're kind of trying to do with Star Trek right now. Is that fortunately, Strange New Worlds isn't doing it, but if you look at Discovery and Picard, and even Prodigy,
I wanted to say that
they're trying to do this mystery box storytelling style, and it's just it just gets tiresome because you feel like okay, open up the freaking box already and show me a story instead of just trying to frustrate me again as to what's behind the red door or what and I just want to get the story going.
I think it was Mr. Londell who wrote it in a chat that if you are stretching it out with all the mystery boxes, you are not able to deliver a conclusion.
Right. Well, and part of the problem, and this is something Bird mentioned last week on one of his videos, is that no matter if you stretch it out too much, which I think they have this season on Picard, is that no matter what you do, it's not going to satisfy people because the fans are going to have come up with better solutions to the mystery box than the writers have. And it's not because the writers are incompetent. It's because the fans have had so much time and their collective knowledge of Star Trek is so much better. They're just going to have come up with a better solution.
I'm not sure if you have watched like a few of the popcast videos when they are doing their
I love the podcast guys, but I can't watch their showing anymore. I just can't. Not until they're done with
that's fine. But when they were doing their videos on possible outcomes, like where the show could lead, they had so many way better ideas than it actually was in the final product that we saw. That I completely agree with you. What you just said about the fans getting a better resolution to a plot than whatever the writers came up with. Yeah.
Right. And so yeah, like and so if we had gotten and here's the problem is, of course, now and I know you know who the big bad is by now, right, Joseph?
Yes.
Okay. So if we had gotten the reveal that the Borg were the ultimate bad guy in season 3 of Picard, and we'd gotten that reveal in episode 2. And then the rest of the season was them trying to come up with some way to combat the Borg. That would have probably been more interesting than spending 8 episodes of them stuck in a nebula fighting the Shrike.
Yeah.
And so I really don't understand why they stretched it out like that. And it wouldn't have left us with 8 episodes to try and figure out who was manipulating the changelings.
Yeah.
I didn't wonder for 8 episodes. I called this shit the first week I said it was the Borg.
Well, a lot of people did think it was the Borg, but but then other people were thinking, oh, they're not going to do the Borg 3 seasons in a row, and
surprise.
Yeah. And
I kept calling. I called everybody crazy when they kept saying Pa Race. I told them they were nuts.
Oh, I thought the Pa Race thing was stupid, and I said I was going to break everything in this room if it was the Pa Race.
Now, whoever was saying Pa Race had not been paying attention to DS9.
Well, I said I wish it would have been. I didn't say it was.
I just. I really, I'm so glad it's not, and I'm not happy that it's the Borg, but if the choices were the Borg or the Pa Race, I'd take the Borg 100 times out of 100. you know.
And I was hoping
probably would have
for
been.
at least a flyby around Deep Space Nine, but we are not getting it, most probably.
Well,
Now,
it's
the fan theory I liked the most, though, was the bugs from Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be cool.
Now that would have been too easy for him.
How is that too easy? It's too easy for him to do the Borg.
Yeah.
Nobody
They were
remembers.
the first concept of the Borg.
Yeah. Nobody remembers the conspiracy bugs.
Exactly. And so how much better to do something that people forgot about?
Do you expect the writers to remember them?
Hey, the writers managed to throw a member berry from every other freaking episode of TNG in there, not to mention half of Deep Space Nine and a dozen TOS episodes. So I'm sure that somebody there has at least seen it.
See, I kept hoping it was Sela. That's who
That
I
would
was
be
calling.
that would be actually
Sheila would have been a
good
better
thing.
one.
Yeah,
but the thing about and the problem is, and this is where the stretching out the mystery box comes into creates problems, because it's like then you start thinking, well, wait a minute, how does the floating head fit into this? Why is the floating head able to manipulate them? And by the way, we're still don't have an explanation as to the floating head.
And
Like I said, I thought she was assimilated.
Here's a good question. So when exactly did the Borg assimilate subtly? They didn't. The Borg just always went in there and just went boom, assimilate.
Yeah.
Now they're using underhanded tactics and.
I was thinking the floating head.
Well,
was
they were
McGee.
working
Well, the
in
Borg
Voyager.
analyze and adapt. So if the Borg have and you see, the problem is this. Now this flies in the face. I know people have had their theories that the Borg are like harvesting humanity to get better tech out of them. But no, I think that obviously this flies in the face of that. The Borg have genuinely attempted to assimilate humanity and failed. And so now they're trying to come up with a better way to do it.
Here we go with the LDG
Genuine
rand
my
again.
ass.
Here's the
Genuine.
LDG rand again.
Yeah, there was nothing genuine about the Borg. I mean, once again, it's the Borg, and once again, the Borg has the most stupidest plan to assimilate the freaking human race. Like, we already saw that they were working on Voyager. They were already working on an assimilation aerosol, like some kind of air.
Right.
Like, that was actually kind of half interesting. But this, let's get the changelings to change the transporters.
Well, the changelings are master infiltrators. That makes
send 100 cubes.
But see,
send 100 tactical cubes.
That's what
I want to see.
This is what you're not realizing about an enemy like the Borg. They just wear you down. They're
supposed to. That was the whole point.
They send a cube. They may only get 100,000 people, but you're 100,000 people short of the game. They send another cube and another cube and another cube, and each time they get slightly better than you are.
I miss what Guinan. Remember when Guinan was describing how the Borg took over their system?
Through her system.
That is what we needed. Was it so hard to create that?
You want a blitzkrieg? No, they don't.
Yes.
You write
Borg
yourself
don't
into a
blitzkrieg.
corner with that, though, because if the Borg actually followed those kind of tactics, as logical as they are, then there would be no way to fight them, and the Borg win.
No, incorrect. That is the perception. It's up to writers that don't use AI to write themselves out of that.
that's
write
a
an
fact.
engaging story that actually gets them out of that. Find a way to victory.
If I was writing for the Borg and you're writing for the Federation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I say, okay, so as the Borg, I'm going to send 100,000 cubes to the Sol system to assimilate the Federation. All right, counter that.
Oh, okay. First of all, I would say 100,000 is a bit much. Even I don't think the Borg have
got millions of
100,000 cubes.
The Borg have millions of cubes. Humanity has frustrated the Borg twice. I'm not going to dick around anymore. I'm going to send 100,000 cubes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say they had 100,000 cubes. Then you would have a very interesting battle because you would promote you would promote unity within the Alpha Quadrant, and you would have, it wouldn't just be Federation, it would be every race. Like the Federation would basically tell everybody, listen, the Borg are coming. If we don't ship up, we're all dead.
How are
And
they
then you
going to
would
say the Borg are coming? 100,000 cubes and transwarp just show up. You're not going to get advanced. It's not like we're going to send a message saying, "Hey, we're sending 100,000 cubes next week. Gotta get ready."
You write this. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Put them all to
have
sleep.
Write a
That's what I'm
story.
saying.
That
If the Borg using their technology the way it is, logically, you wouldn't get warning. They would just send them.
Yeah.
Transwarp doesn't. You might get 2 minutes warning.
Okay, first of all, we know for a fact they wouldn't be able to use transwarp because their major transwarp
right to
network
Earth
was destroyed.
in Voyager Endgame.
Was destroyed in Voyager. No, they didn't. That was destroyed. That was destroyed
because tonight's episode they used transwarp to come into the Alpha Quadrant.
Oh, okay, booyah! So, but I mean,
they can still use transwarp hub, but not transwarp.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could use transwarp, but they wouldn't be able to use the hub. So
They don't
there's a
need to use the
limitation
hub.
there.
They just transwarp in.
Second, ever since Voyager, you think that would give them enough room to come up with counter transwarp technology.
Well, it hasn't,
obviously.
obviously.
Obviously, in Metallis' story, but in my story, it would be different. I would definitely have Janeway, and freaking.
Okay, we're writing this. Fuck Metallis. We see what he's about, So.
Again, see, this is what I'm talking about. You make a point, and then you make an interesting point, and you're asking me to write the entire story on the spot. Okay, I won't be able to do that, Salty.
Even if they were using standard warp drive, you wouldn't get more than a day's warning.
Not technically. Section 31 could be on the Borg. Like you had the Hansons following the Borg. How do you know?
If you can, we now know, based on what we see, assuming that the technology is there, we're using the technology that they've established this season on Picard. A starship can get from one end of the Federation to the other in a day. Right?
Yeah, that's just garbage.
Well, that's warp 9.9, right? So if a starship can cross the Federation in a day, then we'll say a Borg cube can cross the Federation in a day. So there's no reason that you would get more than a day's warning. It's not like Section 31 has got,
but not necessarily though, because
Borg ships monitoring.
Yeah, we do though. That's what I'm talking about. Ever since Voyager, we have a number of Borg ships that have been liberated. So we could have gotten inside information
Those Borg
from
ships were
either.
destroyed.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. All the ships from what was it called? I'm sorry, Unimatrix that got freed.
Mm-hmm.
The Klingon Borg ship that what is his name owned? There was no, they're not dead. When did they die? They did not die. They literally left the episode, and he was telling Janeway how honorable she was, and he was going on his merry way with his own Borg ship. He didn't die.
Yeah, I'm sure the Borg.
There were hundreds of cubes. Then we have species 8472 that could have given us intel. We could have gotten intel. There's things we could have done.
Even if he's alive out there somewhere, it's not like he's monitoring the Borg and ready to give us an early warning if they attack.
How do you know that? That's what I'm talking about. See,
because he's going to stay as far away from the collective as he can.
That's what you think. You never know.
No,
create a story.
You have
Listen, when you have a blank piece of paper, you can fill it out with whatever you want, Salty.
Right,
so
that's what
just try shooting down every single idea when it's just an idea on a sketchboard.
But you're not just creating a contrivance. You don't want the person to act stupid and against their own self-interest just because it would serve the story.
Right.
I'm just giving you nodes of entrance. Things that could possibly lead to something else. You have 8472 could be monitoring the Borg. You got the Borg cubes that could be monitoring. You got all these advanced civilizations that are better than the Borg that could have warned that could you get with the story, get creative.
Actually, he's got a point on something. Even with Girardi, Borg Queen, she could have been keeping.
She could have warned him.
Queen would be a possibility if you want to really bring in the stupid.
No, the stupid has already been brought. Okay, the stupid is what we're getting now.
But
okay, welcome to Club La Stupido.
But if the Girardi Borg Queen is a small faction of Borg that are have been living off separate from the rest of the collective, and I sent 100,000 Borg cubes, do you really think the Girardi Borg are going to be able to fend that off?
You never know. The whole point of creating a story is doing this. Jeez Louise, but still.
And if she does, and if she manages to survive 100,000, then I'll send them 500,000.
The whole thing with the Borg, though, they always sent one cube to test out the waters to see how a civilization was.
Right.
And that was done already. That was done in Best of Both Worlds.
Actually, that's all the Borg need to send to assimilate a planet is one cube, because it becomes it becomes a cumulative effect.
All they had to do was time travel. They already established they have time travel. That's all they had to do was just time travel into the past and not do it in front of a ship that could follow them in the wormhole. Right. And there you go. Boom, done.
We're not talking about first contact. We're talking about actual Borg tactics.
Oh, I forgot the Borg had nothing to do with first contact. Sorry.
All they assimilate, I don't know, Japan, and it spreads out from there.
Actually, the Borg in Regenerations could have took Earth if they wanted to.
Right. They should have actually.
And why destroy Space Dot when there are young people on Space Dot? They could take over Space Dot.
And by the way, since when can this is something that also bugged me. So you want to talk about some bad writing. So the Borg can only assimilate people under the age of 25. So how the hell did they assimilate Locutus?
No, it was it was the DNA whatever strand that they took from Locutus that was implanted to grow in him. That apparently can only take over a developing brain. And by the age of 25, your frontal cortex is already done developing. That was.
Why is that even a thing, though?
But then why don't the Borg simply assimilate everybody else through standard means?
So this is like communism, then.
Because
why do they have to kill everybody? Why not just inject them with nanites?
Because apparently it's biologically that turned them over, not technologically, so they couldn't inject them with anything at this point.
Oh god, the stupid's getting thick now. Oh god. No offense, Deej.
None of these Borg have technology Borg that took them over.
Wait, let me ask you this: Did any of the Borg have a simulation modules? Tubules?
No. All you could see all you saw on these was their colored veins and stuff like
That's
the Borg.
True. We didn't see any technology.
So there was no technology in them yet. They would have to be taken back to a cube to be implanted with the technology.
Mm-hmm.
But couldn't they just stun everybody instead of killing everybody, and then wait for the Borg cubes to show up and start, hitting everybody with nanites? Well, it seems like an incredible waste of raw material to just kill everybody.
That's just one of the holes in their plot on this.
Yeah.
Joseph,
and one of those guards looked like he was older than 25.
Oh, he's lurking.
I got a feeling.
I'm here. I'm just waiting for a delivery, and my wife ordered some stuff that is like 300 pounds. So I'm just waiting
300
for the guy
pounds of pickles.
Your delivery isn't due till.
LDG's still at home. I'm sorry.
I do got a feeling that we might see 8472 in the last episode.
No, we're not gonna see 8472. We're not gonna.
Hugh is going to come in and he's going to snap his fingers and throw him back into the Delta Quadrant.
No, Q's dead.
See, now that would be cool.
Yeah, but
what
Q's
if the
dead.
Borg assimilated a Q? That would be
Q
cool.
is dead, so
Oh,
that's
we
not
would
gonna
be dead then.
Now,
It's
some
go-
kind
You
of
know,
way, now, some kind of way, fake Jean-Luc saves the day.
Like I said, this is
He's
how
going
it's
to
going to end up.
sacrifice himself. I
Yes,
think
he's-
Picard is going to
I
sacrifice
don't think he's
himself
gonna even
and
sacrifice.
end it all.
He already did that once. He did that in Picard season 1, where he.
This is the thing. How many times over shall we get a character killed? Data was killed like.
Data will
twice?
sacrifice himself again.
No,
it's going to be Picard this time. Mark my words.
Picard already did
gonna
it though in season 1.
You know
Yeah,
what?
do
But
it
he's going to
again.
do it again.
They do it again.
Really
I think
before-
what's going to happen is simple. Picard's going to talk Jack into betraying the Borg Queen.
And I think his way of talking Jack into doing it is going to be by sacrificing himself in front of Jack.
Yeah.
And Jack's
Would he
going to
just
have
slit his own wrists and say, "Please, Jack."
no. He's going to do something to go against the Borg Queen. Jack's going to see it, get hit with emotions, and
Yeah.
that'll break his control from the Queen, and Jack will finish her.
But first, he's got to give Jack that diplomatic speech.
Mhm.
By the way, did we get in
Doc.
this episode a shot of all of them on the bridge of the Enterprise?
Yes, we do see them all on the bridge of the Enterprise.
Okay, so because that was the idea that I had, that it could end up like that,
Yeah.
the whole show. Okay,
That's
guys,
another-
the delivery just came, so I'm out for the next few minutes.
Okie dokie.
And
Okay.
we even got a shot of the blind man driving the ship.
Although
So-
I gotta say that it's funny because the set does look smaller, and then Riker gives the comment that, "Is it just me, or does
Yeah.
the ship look smaller?"
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the type of lens that they use on the camera, or if that set just isn't quite as big. But is it just me, or does that set look smaller to you guys?
It looks
I
small.
kind of took it as all these other sets that they got set up for these bridges are huge. So when they went back to the regular bridge for the Enterprise D, it just
I
looked
think
smaller
the
compared
set's
to everything
smaller.
else.
I think they just didn't have the budget to make it full scale, so they kind of made it at like
Mhm.
Green
3/4
screen.
scale.
Yeah,
I
you gave
bitched
Rafa that
about the
line to
lighting.
cover their ass.
I bitched about the lighting. It wasn't as bright as it normally should have been on a D.
Yeah, it wasn't
Wait.
bad though. It wasn't like the
But it
lighting.
was a lot brighter than it's been. on
Well, it's a
these
lot
shows.
brighter than any of the other shows have been, but it was still dark
Yeah.
compared to what TNG was.
Yeah.
It looked more like nighttime.
Yeah.
And the whole remark of Picard about the carpet. What the hell?
Yeah, and I like the now that we know the meaning of the name Vox, I was like, really? Oh, and when I finally explained what locutus means. So
What was that?
locutus means he who speaks,
Yeah. It's Latin or something, she said.
and then Vox is the voice.
Voice, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, why couldn't the big baddie be a really pissed off Vosh?
No. Not Vosh. Then,
That's the one.
like I
moment you
said, I
couldn't
thought it was
stand.
going to be Nagilum, the floating head.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Nagilum as well, but because the thing about Nagilum is that at least the floating head looked like Nagilum. They
Yeah, but-
they still need to explain to me why is it that the Borg Queen ended up a masculine floating head talking to Vash, or to not Vash, but
You guys keep giving these people too much credit. They think they're smart, and you're just you're just kind of encouraging them.
I'm not encouraging anything.
Holy
I'm
crap!
not- I'm
I'm just previewing right now. I'm just previewing the Picard right now, so I skipped to the Enterprise scene real quick. Holy crap, dude! They had like 2-inch clearance on each side of the ship coming out of that
Yeah.
deep space dock.
I thought they were going to scrape the bottom of that ship.
I was thinking, what was that? What was that one? What was the Star Trek parody with Tim Allen in it when they were just scraping the ship half Galaxy Quest?
Yeah,
you scratched the paint, damn it. Yeah, that looks real small. Like I don't know what the hell they were doing about that, right? Because those doors are supposed to be humongous.
Well, no, I was talking about though the interior of the bridge though looks small to me.
True. No, yeah, I know. We mentioned earlier before you got here that someone mentioned that like when the ship was leaving, it was like a really tight fit.
Yeah.
So I was just looking at that real quick. I'm looking at the bridge right now, and
small hangar, I guess.
I'm looking at the bridge right now. I don't know.
It's a joke on how fat the D is.
Yeah.
It barely fits through the doors.
no one likes the fat ones.
Nobody like. Oh no, Cinnabon
All right,
likes
so
the fat one.
Still looks fat.
Cinnabon loves a fat D.
Well, we know Cinnamon likes a fat D.
Okay.
I would say it looks. I mean, I get what you're saying. I think it's the lens they used because it doesn't look smaller, but it looks like it's through a better camera.
I think the whole joke was that the D's bridge basically is smaller than all the new starships bridges are.
Yeah.
Because they got the same amount of chairs.
You look at all these ships. The bridges are freaking huge.
Uh-huh. Which brings up another issue I've always had: the scale of these ships. It's just insane.
Well, we know they're insane because you look at the Enterprise or you look at Discovery, and they got freaking roller coasters in them.
You gotta have room for the roller coasters.
Do you think Geordi installed an airlock in the bridge?
They better not. That was the stupidest thing on the Titan. The freaking screen that splits in half with a big airlock door.
That was stupid. They could have opened up the top of the dome, the window on the top.
Well, the stupid thing is, and I'm surprised. I don't know. Maybe Major Grin did do a video on it, but I haven't seen it. If he has, is that they actually showed in the Naked Now that the bridges do have an emergency access airlock on the side. Because on the starship that they found the frozen people on, someone had blown it out.
On the birth class,
Yeah. So, yes, they do have actual airlocks on the bridge, but it's not the freaking view screen.
Yeah.
That to me, it's almost like they still want to make that view screen a window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, which I mean, that's the
that's
the bridge of a spaceship. Okay.
Yep.
You want as much armor plating between you and what's outside of that spaceship as you can possibly get. You don't want to make a hole in that part of the ship.
Did I just hear Picard say the most thing he missed was the freaking carpet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was talking about Dr. Crusher, but yeah.
Oh, God.
Dr. Crusher's carpet, not the real carpet on the floor.
Oh, the red.
Oh, Lord.
He's into redheads,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but putting a damn door that size on the bridge, that would be a first target for somebody to shoot at because it'd be a weak point to blow up.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice Majel Barrett voice. I like that. That's good.
Yes.
That
and I
they
was
did a
so
good job on that.
happy to see a certain admiral. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, Admiral Shelby.
Oh, God, I was so glad to see her again.
No, were you glad to see her dead?
No, not dead, but I was glad to see her.
Shelby
Well,
made no
they
sense.
killed
Shelby ma-
someone else that we thought was going to probably be in Star Trek Legacy. Well, now probably won't be.
But the Shelby thing was so dumb because she's so anti-Borg. Why would she think it was a good idea
Yeah.
to connect every ship into a collector?
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when they already seen in season 2 that the Borg could connect everything together.
Yep. That was the FU to Kurtzman and Metalis. The
I was
reason
still
why
waiting for that,
they
whatever
said
that FU thing. Yeah.
that
That's
was
what it
part
was?
of it was the stupidity of the Girardi taking control of the Stargazer and all the ships. They're all connected.
Yeah,
Right
the
there.
funny thing is that I was watching something where I don't remember. I think it was one of the Popcast things where they had Robert Meyer Burnett and a bunch of these other guys on there, and they were talking about how awesome this season Picard was, and Robert Meyer Burnett was saying how when they get to episode 9, how there won't be a dry tear anywhere because, and he goes. And he actually said, not because anyone dies, because nobody dies in that episode.
Bull.
And I'm like, dude, I'm now convinced you're watching a totally different show because everybody
Yep.
dies in that episode.
Yep. Shelby, Shaw.
Half of Starfleet. At least everybody over the age of 25.
Yeah.
And both of LaForge's daughters get assimilated.
I also like how they didn't F with the warp with the D. It doesn't warp like the new ships. It warped to like the original D warped.
Yeah.
No, the original
that.
D used to stretch out. That didn't stretch out when it warped.
Well, yeah. But the pulsating of the warp engine was great.
Yeah, but does the D have a fully automated engineering room, which is stupid because how could it if it's
Yeah, it's like LaForge was just putting
Picard
this back
and
together.
Picard and Riker took over the Enterprise from the Binars. There was only 2 people on the ship.
That's because the Binars set it up where it would only take one person to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying, I really don't like this new thing where engineers are just unnecessary.
And I didn't like the fact that why would a damn museum be storing a shit ton of torpedoes?
Yeah, really. Why was the museum?
Yeah.
I got a bunch of drones loading up torpedoes. It's like, where did you get them?
Not something they would keep at a museum. That's why I was so pissed off when they had the fucking cloaking device in the Bird of Prey. That would not have been there. They would have took that out a long time ago for study, and they would not have put that back in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I totally agree.
Yep.
Guys, you in the US can buy bullets at every corner.
Yes, but you cannot buy nuclear warheads.
Right. Okay.
So far.
Yeah.
That's the future.
Yes, in the future you can buy nuclear warheads. That's what it is.
Oh, did y'all hear that North Korea shot a missile toward Japan today?
Again?
Obviously they missed, or we'd be hearing a lot more about it.
It's now another
And
day.
they are doing it regularly. They are just launching missiles into the basically into
Tokyo
water.
Trekker says they do it like every 2 months.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think Rocket Man wants to piss Japan off. Because they do have a force that can defend that group of islands. Okay.
And I gotta say, I thought the Enterprise F looked ugly.
Yeah, it looked horrible, actually. Looks better in Star Trek Online.
It looked fatter than the Enterprise D.
I just thought it looked ugly as hell.
And
I
it
thought
didn't.
that was I thought that was supposed to be at the Fleet Museum being decommissioned.
And did you hear Worf? Worf said that wasn't my fault about the Enterprise E.
Yeah, that was just a all back to some book.
Yeah. Everybody looked at him. He goes, "That wasn't my fault."
They reference non-canon material.
And Data saying, "I hope we die quickly."
Yeah. Now that one I did get a laugh out of when Data said, "I hope we die quickly." I did get a chuckle out of that.
Can't you be optimistic, Data? I hope we die quickly. That's something Laura would say.
No, Laura would say, "I hope you die quickly."
Yeah, true. But
I don't know. I'm just going to be waiting to see what all kinds of other people have to say about this later today.
yeah.
I say it's better than what the previous episodes have been, but that's not saying much because anything can be better than what they have been using. I just think this last episode's coming up is going to have so much shit crammed into a short time frame, and it's going to make no sense.
It should be at least 2 hours.
It won't be though. You'll be lucky if it's 1 hour.
I know. It'd probably be 45 minutes.
Seven will magically figure out how to disconnect all the ships from working together. Picard will go in, make some speech, get killed from the Borg Queen.
I don't think Picard's going to die.
I do.
I don't think
He's already dead.
Mr. Lundell, we know that. I'm talking about the android. I'm not going to say the fucking Picard android every time I say it. We all know what we're talking about. But we all know what I'm talking about. He's just going to end it again.
I can't help it. I'm sorry, Deej. I couldn't help it. Yeah, I know. I'll stop being Captain Obvious.
Yeah, stop being LDG, damn it.
Stop enjoying your hate watching. It's not allowed.
I don't know. I think I'm going to get ready to end the stream. It's been 2.5 hours. I should have been asleep.
Yeah, I'm dying to watch this episode. You got me up like 6 a.m. here, but up at 3.
And I did promise I would go back to the backstage to watch LDG watch this episode because I want to see his brain melt like it did in WandaVision.
Yeah, it's about to. Yeah.
I'll be back there myself. I need a good laugh.
But I'm glad that Salty joined us this morning to do this. And plus, he can watch the brand new ending he has not seen for my stream yet. But anybody else have anything going on before we get the hell out of here for this?
Just
day?
thank you very much for having me on the panel.
Yes, congratulations again, Joseph.
And thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
I think Salty will get a kick out of this closer today.
We'll see.
Everybody else loves it. Everybody say goodbye and thanks for coming to this chat.
Am I fired again? Yeah, you're fucking absolutely fired. All your promotions are redacted. Like, dude, why would you have to fuck yourself like that? Why? You're clipping all this shit, aren't you? You're gonna have a fucking montage of all the times I said you were right, said you were wrong, said you were fired, said you were rehired, said you were promoted during this live. You're gonna have them all and play them on your channel, aren't you? Well, you've absolutely been fired again because you're an asshole. You're fired from talking to me and being my friend and being on my channel. Get the hell out of here. Go on, get the hell out of here.